Boop, bop, and bang. Alright, we in here. Again. Hello. Okay. Didn't really, well, I guess I did plan this. But, we are going to do some shit today. I said it was an analysis stream, but it's also a variety in the stream in the sense that we're going to be doing a lot of things. But we're going to get off to a great start because I'm going for Simon. People have been talking some dumb shit. No. People haven't been talking some dumb shit. I should be a little bit more accurate with what I'm saying. People aren't talking dumb shit. People are just sleeping on my nigga Simon. This man might very well be one of the best characters in the entire game from what we've seen. That is the wrong window. God damn it. Like, I mentioned I was going to do this in the past, and I'm going to do it now. We're getting right into this. I have a lot of things to say. First off, like, people are just taking whatever Sakurai said in the direct, which we're going to probably hear again, mostly because I'm going to be scrolling through some of the footage from there, about him. Oh, his base attack is a little bit slow. No, it fucking isn't. Hold the fucking phone. I mean, I'm going to look into this right here. I can't really do a complete frame by frame analysis, but I'm gonna throw this shit up to the 60 FPS minimum so we can get a little look, see at some of this shit. None of his attacks that I've seen so far have been slow. That is a lie. He has combo games off of his frame rate. Okay, first off, let's go into something. When somebody says that a character is slow in a fighting game, what they mean is that they have attacks that either move so very far anyways because of his huge disjointed attacks, or the second thing it could mean is that they have a lot of lag on their attacks, i.e. the attack takes a long time to come out or takes a long time to finish, both of which are not totally true. Okay, his whip attacks might have like a bit of a startup, but not nearly as much as somebody like, let's say, Bowser's dropkick or something, you know? Like, when he says that, he's just straight up wrong. Don't listen to Sakurai here. He said some dumb shit in the past. Like, I'm not saying that he is wrong, but he is. Okay, I actually am saying that he's straight up wrong. I'm not saying he doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, I'm saying what he's talking about does not pertain to whether or not Simon is good or bad, and even then, he's not completely accurate in this case either. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. Oh, I can actually decide the size of the actual thing without doing the sub-region. Ah, that's good to know. But then again, I could decide that later on. 2. People probably saw his sub-weapon attacks and are like, oh, those look pretty normal. We were expecting something more. Or saw his up B and thought that his recovery was linear and maybe a little bit bad. That's not true either. I just gotta make this very clear. That's not accurate either. But again, we will see. We're gonna see in a little bit. Alright. Oh, wait, one more thing. One thing before I do it, somebody's watching. That's just the stream thing again. I gotta set up this every single time because I keep forgetting it's here. Of course, this is just not the perfect size that I want it to be. Whatever. I'm sorry about the setup stuff, that just happens. Anyways, again, people they're saying things like, oh, his recovery doesn't look that great, or his frame data is probably bad, like all this bullshit that has no substantiated facts, and even if they aren't saying anything about it, they're just not. That's a bad thing in and of itself because this man looks ridiculous, bro. Okay, I'm gonna point out something. I'm also gonna point out some things in this analysis that you probably wouldn't know if you weren't already a fan of Castlevania or have played any games recently. Things that I have been reminded by my playthrough of Rondo of Blood recently, or just, you know, things in general that I knew beforehand. Yeah. Alright, let's go. We're starting this shit. First and foremost, First thing we gotta mention, straight up, I mentioned this a little bit in passing in that last sentence or that last little rant. Friggin' something that you need to keep in mind about a fighting game, or really any kind of game with an attack, like where you can attack enemies with anything. It doesn't matter, where you fight enemies. Disjointed attacks are amazing. Any character with a really good disjoint can potentially be really good. Like, they are not allowed to be bad if they have a good disjoint. They're not going to be trash or garbage or at all. They're at very least going to be good. I mean, you can make the argument that Shulk wasn't good in Smash 4. Technically speaking, he wasn't that bad either, considering the fact, like, a part of his problem is that his hitboxes were whack. Like, they worked in some regards, but in some regards they'd also miss, like, even though it looks like it should be able to hit. Like, in one of Zero's gameplay videos, it has something to do with, like, I think he said, like, Shulk is broken, or Shulk's broken hitboxes. It's one of the first things you see is Shulk try to do a forward smash at point blank range, and that shit straight up misses. That's a problem. But even then, he's not that bad, just based on the fact that he has a disjoint, which makes him so he's not bottom tier. Like, his frame data would be terrible if not for that. And also because of his Monado arts and stuff like that. He has stuff that kind of keeps him from being terrible, you know? And his disjoints are something like that, or an example of that. Another great example of somebody with a bunch of disjoints who is great, like one of the best characters in the entire friggin' game, is Cloud and Marth. Both of them. Old school. Marth is an old school big head, and he's never ever been a bad character. Well, except for early Smash 4, but even then that got ironed out pretty quickly. And that's, again, because his hitboxes were whack and whatnot. But now they've all been, well, his hitboxes and launch angles and stuff like that. Fact of the matter is that he still was not as bad as he could be, and then he just became way better when they fixed out all that other bullshit. Like, Marth has always had a good time, mostly because of his range always being great. He has a disjoint. The good thing about disjointed hitboxes is that they're nowhere near the actual hurtbox of a character. The part of the character that can get hurt is not close to the part of the character that can deal damage. Meaning, if they want to deal damage, they can do it from a safe distance at any given time. Simon has one of the biggest not one of the biggest disjoints. He has the biggest disjoint in the entire series. No question. He has a forward smash that has more range than Corrin, and all of his attacks are of a similar ilk. There is no way you can tell me this character isn't busted, or at least has something really broken at his disposal. And it's not like that disjoint accounts for really weak moves either. No, that disjoint hits like a tank. We see that shit at very least kill. And that's not even fully charged. Man, in addition to that, not only does he have a huge disjoint, his regular attacks, in and of himself, his regular attacks destroy projectiles just like they do in Castlevania. If you didn't know, in Castlevania you don't really have a lot of ranged options besides your sub-weapons, and so when enemies use ranged attacks, you're mostly expected to destroy those ranged attacks with your whip. They've carried that mechanic over to this game. You also don't have very much movement options, so you can't really dodge them as effectively either, because you jump in a set jump arc no matter what, and you can't maneuver yourself mid-air for the most part. So the game expects you to use your whip to get rid of it. During the giant bat boss fight, it was part of a big boss rush during my Rondo of Blood live stream. You can see that the enemy shoots fireballs that follow you around, and the only way to get rid of those fireballs is to hit them with your whip. And you don't take damage for doing that either because of the disjointed hitbox. That is something they carried over to this game. We do not know the maximum extent of that, but the fact of the matter is, the fact that is based off of his original game, I would bet you that almost every single attack in this guy's arsenal that involves his whip will neutralize projectiles. Again, we don't know what projectiles they will neutralize. For all you know, it's just like smaller shit. We know at very least it's able to go through Samus's missile and super missile without eliminating the actual hitbox of the attack. I'm thinking that Simon's whip has transcendent priority, i.e. it will hit you regardless of what it clashes with. Like, it'll still have a hitbox, even it won't clash with anything. It'll just go right through pretty much any attack. And if that's the case, that's busted. Again, a shit ton of range. Just a boatload of range. I'm talking like, can hit from like halfway through the stage, can easily probably hit the top platform of freaking Battlefield with up smash type range. And that shit goes through projectiles. Again, we don't know the extent. It might not be able to take a fully charged Samus charge shot. But even then, it probably neutralizes every other type of uncharged charged shot. Or even like, if it's not fully charged and it's just really big, probably go right through that. We've seen his forward air go through. I'm going to point that out when we see it. In fact, I have it here. Why don't I just point it out here? There, right there. His forward air just went right through Blizzard. And I know Blizzard doesn't have like solid hitboxes that far out. But the fact of the matter is that it went through it and still hit him. And that was a forward air that did that. I know it wouldn't clash with a lot of things, but still, it went through it like it was nothing. That's an example. We've also seen other attacks besides just like the forward smash. We've seen that. I think the neutral jab has done that. We've seen the dangle do it. Multiple attacks have shown that they're able to go through that. All involve the whip. The forward air. I did not mean to stop that at that time. That was very precision. Actually, no, it's Richter. Where is Richter? Did I not pull that up? Oops. Let me get it. I swear I pulled it up, but I guess not. Whatever. I have the website right here, so let's just go to fighters and get it. Richter, we see him do all kinds of shit with that. We see also in again the dangle in the actual trailer itself. Is it in? Yeah, it's here, right here. Right after he does this, he deflects like the metal blade, the regular blast. His grab is really fast, by the way. Like, that shit comes out really quickly. Also, another thing about him, actually, I'll stay on topic with the whip right now. I'll get to a lot of other things later on when I can just pull them up and show them. Where's my boy Richter? Get over here. I'm gonna tell you. I'm also gonna go over all of his attacks. I'll tell you which ones are which based off of the stuff we've seen here. Okay. I mean, this is actually still the same trailer. I don't know why I'm doing this. I should skip ahead to the actual breakdown. Legendary Vampire Hunter is here, and did I turn on the volume? I will.
The legendary vampire.
We're gonna get to K. Rool. The only reason I didn't want to cover K. Rool as soon as possible, like I did with Simon, is that I feel like, but we'll break that down.
Simon Belmont is finally joining the
Yes, Simon is here. Okay, we already know his special moves, and you know what? I'll actually. Okay, I'll show you one thing. That's definitely neutral air. We know about that. Taunt. Now that, because it charged up, that was a forward smash. That quick whip lash like that was a forward smash. But it is not the same thing as another attack we see that's very similar. His regular jab, I guarantee you, is a whip, like a whip swing that has slightly less range than his forward smash. I guarantee you that, because he seems to be a character like Mega Man that's very accurate to how he originally was. He has the Belmont strut, he has the whip dangle thing, he has the sub weapons, his up B is like based all his entire moveset is based off abilities that he or other Belmonts have had. He uses weapons that he used in the game. He has maneuvers like the slide, which is actually performed exactly like how it's used in the game. You press down and the A button. Well, actually, I guess the attack button in this case. My point being is that since he seems so accurate to how he was in the game, and he has multi-directional whipping, which seems to be something that he does a lot in this game. Just like, even his forward air there, it can be tilted down and up. We don't know if any other attack can be tilted, but at very least forward air can. I wouldn't be surprised if forward smash can too. And that's based off of Super Castlevania 4. Which is also what his mid-air movement's based off of. But given the fact that he has so much things drawn from that, his regular attack in Castlevania was not a standard attack. It's probably going to be, to compare it to something similar, it'd probably be like either Mega Man's Blast or Ganondorf's like Palm Strikes. You know how he just does like a palm strike as a single attack and he doesn't really have a rapid jab or a 3-hit combo. That's what it's going to be like for Simon. He's probably not going to have a rapid jab. I don't think we've ever even seen him do a rapid jab. But instead of a rapid jab, if you press the button and hold it down, it's gonna turn into whipped angle thing, and that's gonna be like a sort of fifth special in a way. Well, I mean, I guess fifth. There's four special. I'm thinking about tilts that don't have that only have 3. But anyways, tilts and forward smashes only have 3. That's and smashes only have 3, but specials have 4 rather. So yeah, that I guarantee that the whip angle is just you press the attack button and you hold it. Oh no, the A button is attack in this game. I keep forgetting. But yeah, you're gonna press the A button and then you hold it and then it becomes a whipped angle. That's how it's gonna work. I guarantee you that. It's not even a question in my mind. Because that's exactly how it works in Castlevania. You whip, and then if you hold the button, it turns limp, and you can swing it around. You could do that in Rondo of Blood, as you can see, not in Rondo of Blood, in Symphony of the Night when you play as Richter, which you can see at the very early parts of my Symphony of the Night stream. Again, I wanted to do all that stuff beforehand, so I could just be like, oh, you could do this, that. You can see this here. You can see that there, and you just have a immediate reference, you know? Oh, hi. Die, monster! You don't belong in this world. Okay, super. He's here. I got viewers. Good to know.
It leaves you open to attack.
That's his jab. That's his jab. That's not the same as this one here. I'll go back and show it. This one had the charging animation. You could see the little sparkle thing appear for a split second. That means that this is a forward smash. See? That's a forward smash. He just did a quick forward smash there. It has more lag, you can even tell. It takes a little bit longer for him to go like this and go back. That's his forward smash. And this is his jab. That's way faster than the last one. Has less range. And Simon had way less end lag. It's a little slow, may leave you vulnerable. That's a lie. Bullshit. How am I going to be vulnerable if I'm 10 feet away from somebody, Sakurai? It doesn't make any sense. You see how fast he got out of that? Link is still in hit stun. He's all the way over there. How is he? This is why I say don't take his word at face value. It's not true.
Look, but I think its average reach.
Forward air, back air, and up air. We've already seen this. I don't need to tell you this stuff, but man, this doesn't have any. This doesn't have any cooldown either. Look at how fast he did those attacks. Yeah, that definitely comes after. That's definitely his equivalent to a rapid jab. Basically, he holds it and then it does that dangle thing, and you control that with the control stick.
His signature item is, of course,
yes. Moving forward.
it's a bit slow,
It's a bit slow, my ass. That came out fast. It didn't have that much cooldown since he jumps immediately after. And this is at 60 frames per second.
Longer than any other fighters.
And it has hella range. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something about having ridiculous fucking range and a ridiculous disjoint. I play a little game called Blaze Blue Cross Tag. It's available on PS4. It's on Steam, I believe, and it's also on Switch. I play it on the Switch. I like playing a lot of characters. It's a crossover fighting game, and one of the crossovers is a franchise called Under the Night in Birth. The characters, a lot of the characters from that game have stupidly big disjoints. I'm talking, it makes Simon look like pathetic, and even then, this guy's going crazy with his range. There are characters that can easily swing across the entire stage with one attack or a special move or something like that. It's not even a projectile. I'm talking their sword length or their freaking scythe or whatever just reaches across the entire stage. And those characters are really good. Like, nobody will question that most of the characters who have range that big are really good, especially since a lot of them are able to move just as fast. They are scary, and you have to respect that. And there's other reasons that they're really good, but the main factor is having range that good makes you ridiculous. It doesn't matter how much cooldown you have on it, because it can't be nearly enough as a compensation as you would have for the amount of freaking range you're getting. Especially like what is an enemy gonna do about that? Let's look at this hitbox and think about this rationally. You're all the way up here. It didn't matter if DDD was here or down here. He would probably still get hit by this entire thing. This thing is ridiculous. No, what? If somebody tries to jump through that, they have to air dodge. Otherwise, it's just a wall of damage. The only options here are to be underneath him or way higher than him. And if this thing does not have a tipper mechanic, a sour spot, or anything like that, it has consistent damage through the whole thing, busted. No question. That thing is ridiculous. You have to respect that kind of range, because now you can't do things that you would otherwise be able to do. All Simon needs to do to keep you from doing any kind of aerial approach is jump and do a forward air. And now suddenly you're air dodging towards him or downward or whatever, and you're going to have some lag after that. He's going to put you in a bad position. And if he does, and we've already seen that landing lag and whatnot is not that bad for this move. He can do one and then do another. He can get combos off of this. And that's another thing that makes it really good, is that not only can he just hit, not only can he do combos, but it doesn't matter how far you get launched away from his attacks, because he can still get hits off of that. He doesn't have to close the distance nearly as much as anybody else, and he can edge guard really easily. He doesn't need, like, when he jumps off stage to edge guard somebody, he doesn't need to jump to the other side of the stage and hit them with like a knee or some shit like that. No, all he has to do is jump like a few feet off, hit him with that, with a forward air, and I'll kill. Because you're right next to the end zone, and that has a decent amount of like launch back. Like, bro, I think that we've seen that at higher percents that this has enough hit knockback. That's what I'm thinking about. Has enough knockback to actually be dangerous, you know? Especially if it's something like a forward smash. He doesn't even need to get off stage, and he can forward smash from the edge of the stage and hit you while you're off stage. You might still be in hit stun during that. Ugh. Look, we'll get into some shit. Alright? Yes. That's a dash attack. That dash attack's ridiculous too. You want to know why? Because as mentioned before, it's a attack using his whip. What does that mean? It could potentially neutralize freaking projectiles as a dash attack. If it does that, where it destroys projectiles and doesn't deal damage to Simon, it's busted. But not only is that, it is a very active attack. This thing, damn it. Zoom back when I tell you. Pause. We're going back. Man, I should have just went back. Like this. Right. Very active. Hits villager multiple times without him falling out of the attack. Why is it playing? I'm just trying to do inch by inch dashes, and it's playing the actual video. It didn't used to do this. It better not have been like a YouTube thing. Okay, there it goes. Here. We're here. We'll zoom in. We'll see. It hits multiple times. You see this hitbox? This entire thing? If this entire thing is a hitbox, that means that this is one big ass wall of damage that's just moving forward and might be immune to, and it covers most of his body. Around his whole body here. What do you see? You see every single part of his body but his tiny little part of his foot that's sticking out of this attack. And this is moving. Meaning, if you try to run into this attack, try to use an attack that does not have a high enough priority to go through this, he's just going to eat right through it. He's safe in this bubble. This is a hitbox. This is his hurtbox. His whole hurtbox is covered by that. If you try to do like a down air with Captain Falcon, chances are you're going to get caught by this active ass hitbox and get completely beaten out. And the launch angle isn't even that high. He jumped here. He could have just done a short hop, forward air, tilted up, and he would have got villager guaranteed. That's a combo tool too. It's a combo tool. It seems extremely active. It has huge range. It can potentially neutralize projectiles. It covers Simon's entire body. Are you not seeing why I think this character is ridiculous? And it has next to no end lag because you can combo. Man! It travels a decent distance. Bruh, this thing is... this attack looks ridiculous. It covers his whole body. Bro! You can't even beat his dash attack by dash attacking. You can't. In fact, you might not even be able to beat it with a forward smash. Does it come out fast? I swear to God, if this attack comes out, I mean, both dash attacks do, but like, if he can just If it's just a seamless transition between running and dash attack, that's gonna be dangerous. What?
Special attack.
Okay, we didn't see him running the dash attack, but that's presumably after a bit of startup.
Very recognizable.
It's active, meaning people probably won't fall out of it, seeing as it seems to hit really, really fast. It's not like, oh, you get hit like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you could like fall out of it. Like, let's say Cloud's forward smash. You can not his forward smash, his side B, where it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. It's like it hits a few times, but you can fall out of the hit boxes during that time. It hits multiple times, but not super fast. Same kind of goes with I'd say it's a little bit more like most side B. Like, is the down, you know, the downward hits to most side B where he goes and stabs a bunch of times. It's probably closer to that as far as like, or like a rapid jab or something like that, where it's not very easy to fall out of until like unless you've been holding it for a very long time. You know, the fact that the timing it okay. No, we know for a fact. Let me look back. Let me give it a little bit of a zoom back on this. You know what? Whatever. There we go. I gotta check this one last time because I want to make absolutely certain. Okay, yeah, now Villager might have been able to get out of that. It depends. I think he got out of it around here, but at this point, Simon already moved. He might have actually been able to. Let me zoom back just a little bit. Oh, no, he's still in hit stun throughout most of this. And this is Simon recovering.
Are very recognizable.
That might not have been guaranteed, I'll tell you that. But as far as the forward air and whatnot, that probably was. Also, the axe absolutely is neutral B. You gotta think about this here. You don't really have any... A neutral B is usually like as a projectile, or really any attack is usually something that's close to the body, and then becomes could potentially become something else later on. You're not usually getting. You don't have. I don't think there's any character in the game that has a boomerang neutral B, or even like a neutral B that attacks towards the ground specifically, unless you're talking about like voice slash. But even then, that still technically hits. Usually goes around him. You know, it's close to the body. You know, and I can guarantee you that his down B is probably holy water. Like, that makes sense. It attacks towards the floor. Neutral B, though it attacks upward, it attacks around his body. And of course, his up B wouldn't have been an axe throw unless that helped him recover somehow. So I'm gonna assume that's a safe bet for me that neutral B is that, because it's a close attack. Not just that, he has 3 projectiles. Did I not mention? And all 3 of these projectiles are useful. If you ever played Castlevania, again, as I did with my streams, you can see that the axe is really useful. Not just it not only has a lot of priority, it usually goes through projectiles in and of itself. It goes through enemies for one, so that means even if it hits one guy and you're playing doubles and there's like another opponent beneath you, that'll hit both of them on the way there. Or like as we saw with Villager's recovery, he tried to use his recovery to go up, and it hit both balloons before going down. It flies at an arch, which means that it not only goes up, it'll continue to fly down until it hits the blast zone. What that means is that it can snipe from all the way at the bottom of the screen. It's like Ridley's fireballs, except for it goes up higher and you don't need to charge them. That's basically what the axe is. I'm not even sure if you could throw more than one axe, and I'm not sure the cooldown on that, but the fact of the matter is that it's going to be useful as at least an anti-air and guaranteed an edge guard tool. No question. That's going to be useful. Not just that, but you can apparently combo it off of other attacks, which is what we see in, I think, Richter's trailer. Let me pull that up. Oh yeah. He throws it, I believe. Yeah. He throws his cross here, and then he throws his axe afterwards. And the cross comboed into the axe. So yeah, you can create combos off of that. The cross, this is about to be ridiculous. I'm gonna tell you one secret and a bunch of very obvious shit. First off, the cross hits twice. Actually, it's an active hitbox the entire time. It could potentially hit an enemy twice by knocking them forward into the hitbox and then getting hit by the return shot, because it lingers at the end of the attack before flying back. It doesn't just fly forward, fly back. It goes forward, spins a bit, and then comes back. Kind of like a yo-yo trick or something, you know? 2. not only does it go through multiple enemies, it will probably hit both of them. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes through projectiles. I mean, it went right through friggin'... It seems to have a lot of priority too, or at least a lot of active frames, i.e. in the sense that if it hits something, it's not likely to clash. It could probably get grabbed or reflected, but it's probably not nearly as big of a deal. Like, it probably won't have a problem going through projectiles either. I wouldn't be surprised if it could just go through stronger projectiles, even if it doesn't neutralize them, which still makes it useful in its own right. Also, the fact that it goes through enemies means that it probably goes through shields, meaning if an enemy is shielding and you throw this out, first off, you can act out of this. It looks like you might not by the way that Simon's standing here, but he is capable of acting. He could throw this forward and then run forward and catch it. I'm not sure. I don't remember if he did it in the trailer specifically. No, here it is. Yeah, he runs forward and catches that. What that means, with the delay that's on the end of this attack, let's go back to the beginning of the clip. Yes. Neutralize, throw. Alright, he runs forward and then he catches that. With the amount of delay at the end of that attack, he could throw that at maximum range at your shield. It'll stay there for a little bit and he could run in and grab you. Mind you, of course, perfect shielding is a thing, but it just depends. But the thing about that is that, I mean, for one, you'd have to be predicting that outcome, and of course he could always just wait out the perfect shield and punish that, because I mean, I feel like perfect shielding, despite being good, I don't feel like it's good against block. Like, if somebody tries to grab you and you drop for a perfect shield, it'll still grab you, even if you actually do perfect shield and attack. Because I think it only has an effect on what's hitting it. Like, if it's like if you are directly hitting it, then it'll solve that. But if it's hitting like a projectile, it might not. And again, it does hit more than once while it's active. If it gets slowed down, it might just hit again as it comes back. I think that could be a valuable attack. At very least, it crosses up the shield automatically. And it also means that if somebody shields an attack, they can't just drop it and run in on Simon. Simon's perfectly capable of attacking during that period of time. So even if they did try to run in, he can cover them. And two, the projectile is going to come back and cover that area too. And you got to remember with the cross, unlike, say, Link's boomerang, when it flies forward, it goes at a set distance. It always goes straight forward, straight back. It does not curve upward or anything. So it's consistently covering the ground area. You can't run in with a character after it hits you once. You can't. You have to do like a jump in or do something. You'd have to be moving really, really fast, and even then, like if you blocked it and tried to run in afterwards, Simon's standing right there. He could probably just throw out like a forward air or a forward tilt or a forward smash or just a jab or really anything and catch you from there. He has no reason to get hit by any follow-up. So you're forced to shield through that and then try to dodge the second hit. Or, yeah, basically just dodge the second hit or try to do an aerial approach, which isn't safe because Simon can act through it. Or he could just throw an axe and cover that out at the same time, since he can throw one and then throw another while the other one's out. You're starting to see why I'm saying this character is ridiculous? He has so many... His projectiles cover so many options. They're useful projectiles. They're not just like crappy shit like, let's say, the Gordos or something, where it's like, oh, I can hit it back, and then it's completely useless. And he can act out of a lot of his attacks before he can. His range is stupid long. A lot of attacks combo into other things. He can neutralize projectiles with his friggin' attack. Man... there's a list of things, and we're not even done talking about the cross here. The cross also has a property that has not been shown in any of these, but I can guarantee you is how this shit works. The cross goes forward, the cross goes back, but it does not. Why I mentioned Link's boomerang, it does not automatically go back up to Simon. It doesn't lock back in on Simon to re-grab to his body. You know how like Link's boomerang, like depending on when you get hit, it could potentially miss Link and just keep going flying. That is something that he cannot account for. I bet you can't use two of these crosses, by the way. That's something that like can happen, but usually isn't useful because you can't really account for it. It's like if you get hit out of it, usually it'll zoom in on you, and even if it doesn't, really the only way to make it not do that is if you get hit out of it. Usually it'll just immediately zoom back and then Link will catch it. That's how it works. But with Simon, since it goes forward and back, it's not guaranteed to hit Simon. If that's the case, and since Simon can move before that, that means if Simon wants to, he can throw out the projectile, jump over it, and have it just keep going backwards at a straight line until it hits the blast zone, kind of like the axe. What that means is that he could potentially use that for ridiculous ass spikes. I'm talking if he hits somebody with like a forward smash, off stage, throws side B, jumps. That shit could potentially catch them as they're trying to get back up, or just cover the entire area up to the stage. Meaning, if they're trying to approach from the top and they try to get to the ledge and it intersects with them at the right timing, which you can time correctly, it flies at a set speed, they'd have to air dodge through that. Potentially directional air dodge by that point. And again, Simon can move while that's happening. He could jump over it and then be ready to catch any other option. It depends on how... It doesn't even really depend on how far it launches. That's just straight up useful. And again, with its down tilt can also like link into things like that. You could use it if you can use that attack off stage for one. Even if you couldn't use his projectiles off stage, which I guarantee you can. You can jump and throw projectiles in Castlevania. Again, it's most likely he can do it. But even if you couldn't, man, it's still great for covering off stage options. All of his projectiles are. Because they all have hitboxes while moving, and they all go through things. Even if it hits them, even if he threw it forward and it hits them, it'll launch them back towards the actual stage. And if it doesn't, he can potentially snipe. If it kills, then that's ridiculous. I doubt it will, because it doesn't seem to have too much knockback. But at the same time, even if it doesn't, again, Simon can move through that. He can get a combo. He could get you hit with that one hit box, jump off stage, do a forward air, and he got your ass. Okay. Back to here. Again, hits twice. Very active. If he jumps over that, it's gonna just keep flying. I guarantee that. Because it doesn't home in on him. It only goes forward and backwards. It's going to keep flying, and then that could be really useful. Especially if you're using, like, if you're playing against doubles or something, and you throw it one way, and an enemy's trying to approach you behind, you could just jump over it, and it'll hit behind you as well. You know? Or hell, if you just straight up miss the attack. Let's say you throw the thing, the enemy directional air dodges over you or something. Or directional air dodges above the attack or whatever. Or you throw it and they just jump over it or whatever. And you try to throw it at close range. You could jump over it and when it comes back and it will catch them. Or let's say, damn it. Let's say it's like a Fox, and they fix the side B thing where it can actually go through projectiles, and you're forced to shield during that. Let's say it's about to come back, you block the attack, it's about to come back, and you just decide to jump instead, it'll catch them before you get hit by that. Of course, it's not the most useful option for that, specifically, but at the same time, it can have applications.
Holy water.
Holy water. Do I need to explain this? This is a nest down B, not a nest down B, a nest side B right here. This shit it hits multiple times. It seems to be very active, catches people. There's a thing about holy water in Castlevania that when it's thrown as the actual glass itself, it doesn't deal damage until it hits the floor. That means most likely when it's thrown off stage, it won't activate. It's not like again Ness or Lucas where it activates when it hits an enemy. I believe it has to activate when it hits the floor. That said, the actual glass itself still does have a hitbox, so again could be a good gimping tool. Whereas the axe and the boomerang are more, the cross are more useful for actual like coverage. It could gimp the enemy, especially if it still goes through them. It'll probably do like a little bit of damage, gimp their recovery, and then send them hurtling to their death. Who knows? But even on stage, that's useful. Like no question, you could use it to cover projectile platforms. You can attack the enemies or hit shields with stuff like that. And if it works like it does in Castlevania, that means, correct me if I'm wrong, if you hit a shield with Ness's side B, that shit just gets blocked. It doesn't, like, activate the multi-hit, does it? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But if it doesn't, then that's a key difference between Holy Water and this. Because Holy Water, all it needs to do is hit the floor to activate the hitbox. And since, again, it will most likely go through shields or, like, really, it goes through people or shields or whatever, or hitboxes, it just kind of keeps going. It's got transcended priority, most likely. That would mean that even if you're shielding, that would cause the flame pillar to pop up, and you'll be blocking, stuck in your shield with this big fiery thing in front of you, and you'll probably your only real option out of that would be, I guess, to roll, which could be covered, of course. or perfect shield a bunch of times, since we've seen we can do that multiple times. Fact of the matter is that even if you don't, this thing hit, it can be used to space out. I don't think you could throw multiple of them like PK Fire, but still, even then, if you get hit by this, that's a combo. It's like Arc Fire too. You can combo off of it pretty reliably. Not just that, again, Simon can move through all of this. We've seen him, in again, I think it's in, was it Simon's or Richter's where he does that? No, it's Simon, it's Richter. Where is he? There it is. Richter throws his down B, I believe. Is it Richter? Or is it one of the parts of gameplay we see here? I'm not sure. Damn it. Anyways, I'll describe it since we don't really have it up. Oh yeah, actually, we see it right here. There it is. It's coming up, actually. Also, we'll talk about the uppercut. Actually, this specific shot... Alright, okay, I'll talk about that in a second. First off, Holy Water. We see Simon immediately taunt after that, and their enemy's stuck in hit stun the entire time. They can't get out of that. He taunts though. He does a full taunt and then runs up and attacks somebody. The active frames for that, the amount of time it lasts, and the amount of time that it takes for Simon to move out of that are incongruent. He can do shit out of this attack. Ridiculous amount of shit. Like, he has time to plan. Not just that, but we see that not only can he do that and then get into a grab, this forms a combo. This to grab, to down throw, to down tilt, this is a true combo. He can't get out of that. He's still in hit stun during that period. And then this, I'm not sure if he was hit stun there. There's no proof of that, but even then, if he was, his attack is busted. Because at very least, that's 4 hits right off there, off of 1 down B. And we're going to talk about uppercut. Give me a second. He throws that, yeah, also, something I should note. Yeah, uppercut again, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here. It hits him first as it's hitting here. This has a hitbox. Again, as I said, it has a hitbox. And then when it hits the floor, it also activates the flame pillar, which has a bunch of active frames. First off, just throwing the damn thing causes a combo to happen. You don't even need to, like, actually, like, directly hit them. It has a hitbox, meaning even on shield, it's going to do a bit of shield damage and then lock them down. They're not going to be able to dodge through the attack while it's happening, or drop shield and jump out of the way. If it hits your shield, that'll probably put them enough hit stun for the pillar to come up and then do a bunch of extra shit off of that. Okay, he gets out of that before then in this, but at the same time, again, because the taunt proves that he was able to act during that entire period, he could have just ran in and grabbed him from the start, which means this is guaranteed. Down throw to down tilt is a true combo. Down tilt, how you activate it is you just do a regular down tilt, but then press A again. Again, just like in Symphony of the Night when you play as a Richter at the beginning or during Richter mode, you can do the slide kick thing. That's exactly how you input it. It goes further in that game than it does in this game, but the fact of the matter is that is an incredible down A. It goes under attacks. It goes under attacks. It has a low profile, kind of like Sheik's run or like again, Mega Man or Cloud's down slide. It combos the regular attack combos. You can choose whether or not to do the second attack. The second attack combos. Actually, the first attack combos into the second attack. The second attack can be launched off screen so that you could just jump off stage with that and cover approaches if you wanted to, and then potentially get a forward air off of it. Like, again, this has the forward air seems to have a bit of wind up. But you can move while doing that wind up, and it has a lot of range too. And again, we don't know for sure if Wario was still in a hit stun during this whole thing. But I'm willing to bet he might have, and even if he wasn't, damn it, why does it keep starting the video? Never used to do that before. It's waning now. What? I have no idea why it's doing that, because normally it does not. That's weird. Like, why is it playing the video? That's weird. Normally it doesn't do that. Maybe because I paused it first? What the f— that's weird. That's really weird. Because, again, it's supposed to be, you press this and it advances the video. YouTube, why you have to be so annoying? Anyways, we don't know for sure if that was guaranteed. If the second part of this was guaranteed. He would have been about hit stun from here on. I think no, he would have been safe from that. But still, at the very least means that he would have to dodge at that point, or jump, or do something. Like, if you wanted to space out with that, that's a safe spacing option. That covered from here to here. Speaking of which, what was the range on that attack? He throws it out about... Oh, god damn it. It's like if I press it too fast, it plays, which is stupid. Why would I want that to happen? I gotta slowly, frame by frame it. Oh my god. I'm not trying to play the video! Ugh, for fuck's sake! Why? Why did this happen? Oh, do I have to press question mark instead? No, it's not how that works. Anyways, mad range. I don't need to express why it has mad range. We've actually seen that earlier.
His final smash is called
Cinematic Final Smash, where I'm not going to analyze that, but that is actually from the game as well. Again, as I mentioned, even in my reaction, I was like, that's Grand Cross. We actually, okay, I'm going to bring up something, though, on Final Smashes. We actually have never seen Richter do the Grand Cross in this game. Meaning, technically speaking, he might actually have that. Oh, people are saying things. If Wii U makes it in it to the game, why not also bring in Chun-Li? I don't know. People are saying things in here. Alright. I missed a whole bunch of donations. Hold up. Not donations, but you know what I mean. Stop speaking Chinese. Go to work at Wanda Group. Damn it. Oh, I guess he's talking to that guy. Check chat, mate, Moshe. I'm here. Do you see me in the chat? Oh, come on, read it. I'm doing something! Ugh, for fuck's sake. It's Japanese, smarty. Yes. That guy's caps lock is apparently broken. Oh, I didn't know I could just scroll through it and it'll pop up like this. That's actually really useful. Anyways, Dracula is not playable, by the way. He's a boss fight in this game. Yeah. But guy over Dracula, guy from Streets of Rage, I don't know why he wants that character in this game. I'm gonna be honest. Version of... But... get skins of their Ayami Kojima designs. Oh, yo, you mean like Bishi, Simon and Richter? Maybe, that might actually happen. I wouldn't actually even be surprised if they got skins for the other Belmonts. But as I was mentioning, we actually have never seen Richter's Final Smash. Fine boss fight from the game, right? Yo, it's actually already in the game. That has been confirmed. That's in the game. Man, you're really making a super analysis of... Yeah, I'm now analyzing everything. Chun-Li, okay, we'll talk about this later. Anyways, we've never seen Richter's forward. We've never seen his Final Smash. We've not seen it. We've never seen him do Grand Cross, even though I wouldn't be surprised if he could use it, because again, Grand Cross is technically from Richter's game. Not the exact version of it. It looks different in-game, and the version of it that's based off of seems to be from the actual cutscene. It's closer to like I think Juice version and Julius. They use that kind of like energy based one. But yeah, Grand Cross is something Richter can do, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same. But I find it weird that we haven't actually seen his Final Smash. It's kind of like Young Link in that regard. We've never seen Young Link's either, even though it could be the Triforce Slash for all we know. It could be the Light Arrows for all we know. You know. It could just be a carbon copy of something else that another Link used, but at the same time, we haven't seen it anyways, which you would think we would have, right? And then we have other examples of Echo Fighters, like, well, I know that, like, Dark Samus is the exact same, but we also saw Chroms, which is different. Like, it can be different depending on the character. Like, well, we've also never seen Daisy's either. That's another example of where it could potentially be different. And if it wasn't, I don't know why they wouldn't just show it to us. I mean, Daisy probably would have taken a little bit more effort, because even if... because we've technically never even seen Peaches yet, either. And if Peaches is the exact same, which it won't be, but even if it was the exact same, they'd still have to do, like, a whole new drawing and animations for that, so that it was different. But anyways, Grand Cross, we already went over this, not that important. We've gone over the stages and whatnot. Is not... Actually... I do want to mention something. This stage could be legal, although if we see people doing things like 3v3 Smash Brothers. Like, they can do that now. They can do 3v3 because every single stage is available in 8-player Smash. So if they wanted to, they could do 3v3 or 4v4 actual games, like as a competitive format. I could see 3v3 actually being a thing, even if it's a bit, chaotic. But this stage could be legal in hazardless version, because it has it's a rather big stage and has a lot of platforms. I'm not sure if the top of this is an actual thing, but we'll get into that later. That's not really important. Yellow card? No, I don't need to see yellow card. Just need a little bit more footage from Rita. Okay. Is down air again, travels a big distance. We've seen that. I wanted to mention that uppercut. That's what I got distracted from. That's what it was. The uppercut. Alright, uppercut. There's a reason why that's a noteworthy up B. And that is because despite it being very linear like this, it doesn't put him in free fall. He's not blinking like any other character in free fall would normally be. He's not kind of grayed out. None of that. He's not in free fall during this animation. You want to know what that means? Granted, he can act during this entire falling section. That means that Simon, if he really wants to, can whip towards the stage, which he has a tether. He has a tether recovery. We see that in his actual character trailer right here. He jumps, he whips, he does a back. First off, he did a forward air to back air like it was nothing. There was no lag there. This is what I mean by it's bullshit that Sakurai says that this guy is slow. Like, maybe it has slow startup. Not even. That was stupid fast anyways. And the hit, man, there's no way. If his end lag for attacks isn't very long, the amount of startup doesn't even matter nearly as much. Especially when he's so fast. Not when he's so fast, when he has so much range. And it just forward air, even then the end lag for that wasn't so high either. Like, he can tether recovery by attacking towards the stage. Even though he has a standard grab, he still has a tether recovery in the form of that. Of just attacking towards the stage at any point. That could kind of get annoying, but I think it would probably still hit before it tethered. I feel like it is very likely. And we know how long his attacks are. That means, let's say he's off stage. He's like right at the right side of the stage, like directly right from the stage. He jumps, he up B's, he falls actually let's say he's more like to the bottom right. He jumps, he up B's, and he attacks towards the stage. Or he just up B's, jumps, which he should be able to do if that doesn't put him in free fall, and then attacks towards the stage. He can have a surprising, a deceptively non-linear up B recovery simply because he can act out of that. Because if he can act out of that, that means he could jump out of it. And if he could jump out of that, that means he could use that immediately and then jump and then do something else. Whip towards it in any way he chooses, which tethers him to the stage and gets him back up really, really quickly. That is amazing. He has potentially, I wouldn't say one of the best, but a really, really good recovery. A recovery, at very least, on par with somebody like Mega Man. Or Sonic, I would say. Like, it'll probably take a little bit of time to get up there, but still, it's very good, and it's consistent, too, because, again, at very least, even if you've used up your jump already, you can do an up B and then attack the stage. And because of how long your range your actual attacks are, you don't have to worry about it not being able to reach. That's a pretty good recovery. That means instead of his recovery being potentially very linear and maybe even bad, it's actually really good. On top of a character that, again, has amazing range, has not so bad, seems to be pretty fast and could be able to combo off a lot of his attacks. A character who can also, has really good projectiles, has a decent combo game, a fast grab, ridiculous disjoints, priority over a lot of other attacks, can deflect attacks with his normals, and has good specials all around. That also means that up B is actually a way better combo tool than it seems. Because if he uses up B and then does like an up tilt, or like an up air, that will most likely connect. Or like maybe a forward tilted up forward air. Man, I need to scratch and blow my nose. I'll do that later. It's not that pertinent. But anyways, that's why up B is notable. And then that kills! I forgot about that! Oh my god! I got a good ass down tilt that combos into a second attack that kills and can be used off stage. Bullshit! This character is bullshit. I don't care. And his down air, which, let's go over the Victor so I can mention this. And actually, I think that was also in the, was it also in the Simon one? No, it was the beginning of Victor. His down air, which, actually, is it the beginning of Victor? No, it isn't. It isn't. Oh, here's another example of the projectile canceling property. Not only does he, that was really close to him, he went through that, and he went through the damn missile and got him. Got Samus with a forward smash. Not just that, but that forward smash came out hella fast. I'm just saying. No, I think it was in either the Simon gameplay or his trailer. Yeah, I think it's the beginning of his trailer here. Yeah, it's here. I've pointed this out before. He could down air here. First off, it goes straight down. When it hits an enemy, he bounces off of them. That bounce can be comboed into other things. And it can be used to recover. So let's say he's trying to recover, you're below him, he can just do that, bounce, jump, get up. That's it. He can get you and then recover off of it. In fact, he can go low with this. Like, he can go, like, jump off the stage, catch you at the bottom with a down air, catch you at the bottom of it while you're trying to recover with a down air, bounce off, and then recover. So not only it spikes, by the way, I should also mention, at close range it seems to spike. It doesn't seem, we've seen other footage where he does that and it doesn't spike, but it's always from a further distance than that. If in close range, when you're right up in their face, that shit spikes, which means I could go off stage, spike you, and recover fairly easily. And that's in addition to the fact that he has a godlike edgeguard game with all of those great projectiles and that long ass range. In fact, like his down B, you can edgeguard by throwing it off the edge and trying to gimp, or you can throw it at the ledge itself, so that when somebody tries to recover, they get hit by it. His side B, it goes off stage, as we already mentioned, goes forward, goes back, so it covers the area above the ledge twice. And if you throw it the opposite direction and jump over it, it just keeps going right off stage all the way over to the blast zones. His axe in and of it, not just that, but it could be comboed off of. We've never seen it kill. It's down tilt. He can down tilt and then jump off the stage and kill somebody, because we've already seen him do that before, where he does the down tilt from here. Yeah, no, it's up here where he does the down throw. No, it's it's here. He does the down throw and then does this and jumps off, and that hits. And we now know that that attack kills, and not even like from the edge of the stage. Well, actually, we don't really. Where on that stage did he do that? Let me. This could be by the edge of the stage. Yeah, it's a little bit by the edge of the stage. But the fact of the matter is that if there's a blast zone that's anywhere near close to that, it could kill. At very least, it'll put them really far off stage. We don't know how far it launches, but at very least, it kills. Like, man, if the blast zone is close enough, it could potentially kill. We don't know what percentage he was at or whatever, but fact of the matter is that's a kill option. So that means if he threw his side B, for example, and then did a down tilt off of that, he can side B, down tilt into the second. If the side B hits, down tilt, catches them, kills them, and he can do that. And we also know that his neutral B, friggin' axe goes up, so it covers any type of overhead approach. It can go down in the sense that it could cover the ledge if somebody's trying to grab, if somebody's below the ledge and tries to get to it, that shit could fall down as they're trying to recover. That will fall down and catch them on the way down and potentially stage spike, which is incredible. And it could just be used. It could be used off stage for that reason. It could catch somebody trying to recover down, catch somebody trying to recover up, even catch them just trying to recover sideways, depending on when it's thrown. Timing that would just be useful in general. It's like Ridley's, but I'd argue even better in some regards. It has really high project priority too, and he could jump off the stage if he wants and just use any of his aerials, and now work just as fine too, because they either have an insane range or allow you to bounce off of somebody and get a combo, or allow you to spike, bounce off, and then recover like it's nothing. I'm telling you, this character is going to be top 10. One of the best characters. He's top tier, no question. I see this guy, I'm like, nah, this guy's a monster. He's an incredible character. I've not seen a single thing in Simon's kit that I've said that I've thought is like, that's bad, or is even remotely like, or even bad. Like, none of it. everything here is either great or really good. I don't have as much to say. Oh, hell no! I just realized what that was! I just noticed that! This is something I just discovered. Okay, not only can side B be comboed into a bunch of different bullshit, like his forward air, or his goddamn neutral B, or even friggin' you see what that was there? That was his neutral air. It hits multiple times, has a shit ton of active frames, just like his dash, and can drag down like Mewtwo and like Pikachu's neutral air. That means if he wants to, he can pull you down, grab you, throw you up like you see in this. This is a true combo here, or pull you down, do a down tilt, and kill you off of that. This character is fucking ridiculous. I swear to God. Or he can do a forward air if that, a side B if that has enough. Man, grab you, throw you up, and then do like an up smash or something, or just jump and do an up air. Because I know he didn't. Like here, we know that he put. Actually, this is near the top of the stage. Whatever, it doesn't matter. That's probably about a launch distance. Damn. Equivalent to being on the top platform of Battlefield, pretty much. I definitely killed. He went flying after that too. That has a lot of launch back, I'd say. Like, this is not a combo. I can guarantee you that. He's falling there, but at that point he could probably jump. Actually, could he? I'm not sure. Yeah, he could probably jump out of that, but that does not matter because that's this only didn't connect because of the because he held the smash button and charged it up a little bit. First off, that means he could probably release it a little bit faster than that. But even then, that also means that he could have, when he actually started charging that, was back when he was in hit stun. Meaning you could probably get a jump and an up air in that time too. Which would probably still connect because of its massive range. We're not sure if that would kill, but it's still damage regardless. And even then, it's not like Lucas had a lot of choices in this situation. Even if he could act before the up air came out there, that means he has to have to dodge right down, which good luck getting through this entire hitbox. He has to dodge neutrally to get through that, which could potentially be useful. Or he has to dodge right and left with the directional air dodge, which would still put him in a worse position. Could be used to zone out somebody. And again, up air doesn't take that long. If you jump through an up air, that you could still do something out of that. Even if they did neutral dodge, chances are you could probably just land and do like an up tilt or something. We don't know what his up tilt is, but we could do that. See, that's his jab. That was absolutely a jab. That is one-to-one something that you would do in Castlevania. You walk forward, whip, and then walk forward again. That's his jab. No question. Set in stone. Alright, I think I've mentioned pretty much everything, right? Unless there's some more stuff here that, No. Because if it is, then we're gonna go to King K. Rool. I don't know how I got through all this stuff. That might be an up air, but it could also be a taunt. I don't see most of the attack anyway, so. Not just that, but he did like 3 attacks so damn fast. His neutral air is godlike. Man, that shit hits multiple times. Like there was a grinding sound when that shit hit. It was, man, I gotta go back. Look at this Richter. This Richter bullshit. Look at this. That hit multiple times, pulled Lucas down to the ground, put him into a worse recovery stage, a landing stage than he had. He auto cancel. That auto cancels when it hits the ground. Richter wasn't in hit stun. He wasn't in landing lag, but Lucas was. That put him into a landing lag state, and he was able to act immediately out of that and grab him. That's a combo. And then you could do like a down throw, and then do a down tilt into both hits, and then get a combo off of that. This is what I'm talking about. This guy is ridiculous. And we know he has kill power too. At least some kill power, because that went fast. We don't know how far that launches, but maybe that might be his weakness. Even if it is, it doesn't matter. His edge guarding game is way stronger than that. He has a bajillion range, and he doesn't need to be very far to get you he can attack like really far up into a blast zone, for example. Like, sure, maybe you might. His up air doesn't have a lot of kill power, but if you're sitting right next to the goddamn blast zone and he just jumps up and hits you right from there, you're gonna die anyways. It doesn't matter how much hit stun that has, or knockback rather. Like think about it. Think about situations where you're on a walk-off stage and you're right there and you just jab somebody, do like a forward tilt and they die. That's what it's like, basically. Like, he just has to have a decent amount. And we've seen his attacks. They have some decent amount of knockback. We don't know the percentages either, really. For all we know, that killed at 60%. We don't know how far the up throw normally launches either. We can't really make a judgment off of this because we have not seen 0% knockback. But anyways, yeah, I think we've gone over that enough. Time to go over King K. Rool. So, actually, you know what? I'll read some comments first. Roy is a clone of Marth. Does that mean Marth has 3 Echo Fighters? No, it doesn't. Roy is a semi-clone of Marth. He's technically a separate character. He has completely different moves in most situations. His sword works differently. His, like, jab, his dash, his aerials, his up smash, in fact his forward smash too has different range and whatnot. He's an almost completely different character. If Roy doesn't count as an Echo Fighter of Marth, then neither does Crom, because Crom is completely different as well. Alright, now this is starting to bug me. My nose is scratching like crazy. Let me blow it out and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Apparently my nose is actually completely stuffed. Rather. I lost my whole nose. Victor is RH. Ridiculous? Or really hot? Anyways, one person's viewing? Okay, good. Yeah, no, he doesn't count. If he does not count, and you know what, just because you said that, 2 things. One, I actually found out a way to record these live streams, like, directly, and I'll be able to just upload them, or edit them, and then, like, make these separate videos very easily. But, 2, because you brought that up, you kind of got the fire within me burning. I'ma analyze Crom Bomb real quick, and show you why he isn't. Even though I don't need to explain that, because he's, of course, Roy. But, like, his up smash is different, his up B is different, his side B is the same, I suppose. His side B is the same because it is the same move between the 2 of them. Although I'm not sure if Roy's does different damage. It probably does just because of his typical mechanic. But like again, he's actually like Lucina as well. Like the 2 differences with him is his up B, and he also is like Lucina, where his tipper is different. It's not tipper. It's more like the base of the sword damage. But that's different for Crom. Crom does not have a base of the sword sweet spot like Roy does. Wait, what? Why didn't this show up properly? Oh, that's why. Wait, what the hell? Oh, am I? There it is. Okay. Crom Bomb here. I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna talk about this for a second. You just want to. You had to go and bring this up. Now I'm in the mood. And this time, he's in the mood. It's not gonna take long. Alright. First off, I just saw another one of them double parries. I heard the effect twice. Why is there a second sound effect there? Does that have multiple hits now? That's weird. Anyways, see, his jab's different. It's the underhand thing. His up smash, for some reason, hits multiple times, even though I don't know why the foul shouldn't be able to do that. It's fire in the other case. Up B's different. His run animation's different. His neutral B's different. He's not a clone of Moth. Even if you're memeing, I don't give a shit. Fact of the matter is, he's not a clone of Moth. He's a clone of Roy, who's technically a completely different character, because all of his aerials are going to be different. Man, he's not going to have Tipper, again, which makes him different enough, even if from Roy, even in of himself, to make him an Echo Fighter. But still, no, he's not a Echo Fighter of him at all. Honestly, it's a bit weird considering it is an Echo Fighter of a semi-clone, but the fact of the matter is that Roy is stupid different now. Like, he's not been a clone since Smash 4. Which I say that like it's been a long time, but it really hasn't. Oh, and his Final Smash is different too. It's not even a critical hit, technically. It probably still works that way, but it's not. Anyways, yeah, King K. Rool next. That's our next stop. So I'll close up this stuff. We've gone over all the footage we've seen of that now. King K. Rool is going to be a little bit different because while, oh shit, I wasn't supposed to close the direct window because that's the one I'm using for the trailer just to make sure I don't I guess, extend myself. Oh, damn it. Why do you do these things to me? Why did that bring up chat? What the hell? Okay, no, I gotta go pull up the actual damn friggin'. Oh, no, there it is. Never mind. I actually did make that a separate one. Okay, we can skip through the cinematics and whatnot. We're trying to get to the actual character. I haven't actually analyzed much of this character for much of anything at all, but we have actual... The reason why I waited for this is because now we have at least 3 pieces of footage that we can go over. Okay, that's a taunt, most likely. Okay, yeah, this one, we're going to talk about this later. Because we get a better view of it. All you need to know is that it can suck up... Actually, no, I need to bring this up. It can suck up both the actual projectile and it can suck up characters too. So he sucks up Kirby and then launches him at Snake. Don't go to full screen. He sucks up Kirby, launches him at Snake. The fact that it can do that pretty much tells... It makes me infer something else. That it has a third function. It can suck... Because, if it could suck up people, that would make it a lot like DD and Kirby's suction ability. Which, in this game, has a secondary property. Kirby can suck up projectiles, including a fully charged charge shot from Samus, and blast it back out. If he's able to suck up characters like Kirby and DDD can do the same thing. We've seen him with his Gordos, which is another example of him sucking one of his own projectiles up and launching it back. If we've seen that happen with these, with characters, just like Kirby and DDD, I feel like it's likely it can also suck up projectiles, which means not only is it not safe to reflect King K. Rool's cannonball back at him, because if you do that, he can just suck it back up immediately and then fire it up at an angle, and it'll probably do a lot more damage by doing that too. Actually, no, it'll probably do this. No, it'll do more damage because it was reflected, and reflectors amplify the damage of projectiles when they reflect them. But it would also do. It wouldn't do more damage because it was launched, would have sucked in and shot out, because that does equal damage. But anyways, if that works on projectiles other than his actual cannon shot, that means he can probably suck in projectiles even if his cannon's reflected. It means he could suck up things like Samus's not Samus's forward smash, Mega Man's forward smash would be an example, but Samus's charge shot. That just makes his attack have a lot more utility than you think it would. I think it's actually probably, I would actually honestly say it's probably better than like DDD's and Kirby's suction, because like those only have one function. This one at least shoots a projectile first, and that also covers anybody trying to get in, because that means if they try to, like, let's say they jump over the projectile and try to run in, they have to clear him completely and attack him from behind in order to do that. It covers his front area, and it also covers, like, pretty much in front of him is completely safe for him. And it also covers at an angle, because if it hits the enemy at a close range and bounces off, he could suck that up and fire it again. Actually, I'm not sure if how far the wind box for that is, if it has one at all. But if it has a wind box that sucks in the cannonball, it might actually work like Captain K. Rool in the actual boss fight, which sucks it back up on the ground across the floor, making it kind of like a boomerang effect in a way. I doubt it does. And if it does, because if it did, it would probably suck up an enemy before it sucks up the actual projectile. But it could. I mean, it might fall to the ground after a while. Who knows? If it could do that, where it has like a huge wind box as well, then it'd be busted. I'd say it's really, really good all around. Oh yeah, he has a lot of super armor. That's his dash attack without a doubt. Well, actually, I guess I can't really say without a doubt because we didn't. It looked like he was running before he did that. I guess. And it didn't look like a forward smash or a forward tilt. It's probably his dash attack where he does his stomach to bounce through it. That's a taunt. Up B. Seems to work. I would say, honestly, it probably is closest to somebody like Rob's. It probably has a fuel thing going on, if I were to guess. Or maybe it just goes up a set distance. Who knows? If it goes up a set distance, I'd compare it more to Duck Hunt. And if that's true, he could probably also, it probably doesn't put him in the free fall like Duck Hunt, which means it could be acted out of, which could potentially be really, really good. That up throw, that's an up throw there. That one's definitely up throw. We're gonna see that in a little bit during the actual matches. That one is crazy. Got his counter, of course, with his down B, most likely, because most counters are down Bs. Forward smash, because his regular jab is like a palm strike. We'll see that in the wild 2. The crown throw. Okay, this crown, we've seen it be pocketed before, which doesn't really mean anything, but it actually works like an item if it lands. Like it could be caught by enemies as they jump by, and could be thrown around. And I'm not sure if, like, and if it lands on something, it stays there. It's not like it disappears after a while. It disappears after a few seconds and come back to K. Rool on his own. But I'm not sure if he can grab it like an item after it's been thrown and somebody caught it. Or if he grabs it, it just goes back on his head so he can use the side B again. I'm not sure. This is probably a side B. I'd say his blunderbuss is probably his neutral B, especially because it has a section function. That, and again, it's a boomerang type attack. Most boomerang attacks are side Bs. So side B, boomerang, up B, propeller, neutral B, blunderbuss, and down B, counter. Forward smash is the punch. The dash attack is the belly drop. We've already seen his final smash. Actually, does his crown look bigger in that one? I don't know what it is. But anyway, this one's from, of course, .com64. Referencing something of note that Game Explain brought up in one of the discussions is that in the original game, when this happened, when you got the game over where King K. Rool fired off the cannon towards Donkey Kong Island, it actually cut off before it actually made impact. So we actually get to see the full thing here. But anyways, we'll actually go to his character trailer again. That seems like another one of his taunts. Yeah, actually, yeah, it didn't just bounce off of DDD. DDD sucked it up and fired it back. That's actually, we actually get to see an example of him sucking up other projectiles. So yeah, we've confirmed DDD, his suction works just like Kirby's, where he could suck it up and then fire it back. And then he fires it again and does damage. That shit has a ton of knockback, by the way. You're gonna see it here. That shit launches him flying, but we're gonna see it a little bit later as well. That shit does tons of knockback. That means that's a straight up kill option. I feel like if you shoot that off stage, you can snipe with that and they'll die, no question. You get hit by that, it's over. That's his forward air, by the way. Despite it being like a drop kick, that is his forward air. His back air is like a swipe. It's kind of like Charizard's forward air, but backwards, and it turns him around. I believe, like most forward air. Crown throw. See, he could grab it there, but Diddy Kong, if he wanted to, could jump over it and grab it as well, and then it could be thrown as an item. I'm not sure. I need to go. We need to watch this match here to get more information on it, but I'm not gonna say anything about it. He actually has a really fast dash dance too, from what I've seen. Okay, and then we see his final smash again. We don't need to see this third time. Alright, this match. It's a minute and 53 seconds long. I don't know what it's from. It's just a versus match between these two. Actually, now I think about it, there's an English name for this. Let me look it up. It's going to be more like my normal like commentary stuff. I don't have a lot to say about King K. Rool, but Nintendo UK actually, yeah, there it is. They actually uploaded it as well. Nintendo UK uploads so much more shit than Nintendo of America YouTube channel. I might actually just subscribe to them for that purpose. 16. Like, they uploaded the indie highlight, which we're gonna do later on. I know there's an analysis video, shut up. yeah, it's just King K. Rool gameplay. Didn't even list that it's a 1v1. Oh, wait. Anyways, we're just gonna watch it here. Oh! By the way, apparently Gangplank Galleon is just called the pirate ship in game, even though on the website it says it's Gangplank Galleon. Speaking of which, I actually took down that tab, didn't I? We're gonna... Oh, shit, that's another thing I need to note. There might be more music today. Or not. It's supposed to update on Tuesdays, but maybe they're taking a break. Who knows? Updated on the 14th, which was a week ago. So it's probably gonna update sometime today. I'm not sure when, where, how, but when it does, hopefully it does today. It might actually update tomorrow now I think about it. Because I have, usually when it updates, you get like notifications from it. Like people will mention it. Like I think, what was it, Nintendo something or other mentioned that. But I actually haven't listened to that. The only reason I didn't do it immediately when it was released is because like we heard it in the direct itself, you know. People have been going crazy about it, but we heard it in the direct itself. Honestly, I could do a music reaction here too. I think it's good, but I don't think it's the best. Okay, we see him dash dance back there. Apparently his okay, that might be his down air he just did. It's like some sort of... Or does he just have armor? Was that just his jump? Did he just armor? Okay, he seems to have like tough guys, like Bowser does. Because he just armored right through that with his regular jump. It's not an attack or anything. Yeah, he just went... What? Did that do damage to him on his way down? I'm not sure. If it did, then it was an attack. It was like his neutral air or something. Okay, it seemed like an attack. Because it seemed like he went up and then down a little bit. It could have been an attack, or it could just have armor frames. Who knows? He could have like Bowser tough guys, which would make sense given how he seems to have a lot of armor and a lot of other things too, and he is a Bowser-like character. Yeah, it didn't seem to deal damage to him. Yeah, no, Snake didn't take damage. He definitely just has like super armor doing all that. Since it didn't do damage, then yeah, he has tough guys. That's actually a big notice there. Nobody else has ever noticed that. I'm pretty sure he has tough guys. That's crazy. He can armor just through random attacks as they go by. Now, how strong his tough guy is, it was up to interpretation, but at very least it can go through it can very least go through Snake's neutral throw, or his grenades. Well, they're not exploded, of course, but given the fact that Bowser's is super strong in this game, like we see him go through some bullshit. He walks through friggin' Bayonetta neutral B, fully charged neutral B at like what, 100%? It's some bullshit. His tough guys is ridiculously good in this game. It's got buffed to hell and back. Given that, I'd honestly probably say that stop making it big. I didn't double click on it. A hard press should not do that. Anyways, given the fact that's so strong in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if King K. Rool also followed that. His forward air seems to have a little bit of a lag on it, but it makes sense if it's as strong as like say Bowser's. That's his back throw, definitely, and it doesn't seem to have that much of a knockback. What's going on here? Oh, he's doing his crown throw, but it seems like it could be good for comboing. Like if he ran forward and did like a forward air could combo, or he could throw a side B or something. His side B seems to have a little bit of startup though. I'm not sure how useful it's actually going to be, but he can act out of it faster than you think he could. He can throw it forward and then act out of it. Oh, and when it hits the ground, it becomes an item. That's true. Okay, so he has to be there to grab it back to get it back immediately. But if it hits the ground, it'll just become an item, and people can grab it and throw themselves, which is what the snake does here. This almost serendipitously shows up. That's his back ear, by the way. But when he does it, he actually hits the bomb, so we don't get to see if it actually turns him around. But fact of the matter, it looks like it probably turns him around because he turns around and then does like a forward swipe. So that's definitely his back ear. That forward swipe thing seems really fast if it's just a single slash, and could potentially be used for combos. Although in that regard, it might actually turn him around just so he can't just keep doing back air as a combo, depending on how much it launches. Not just that, but a back air forward air would actually be really strong. So no, it's almost serendipitous just how much this one match shows about the actual characters. It seems almost staged, but probably isn't. Because it's hard to stage these kind of things. Not just that, but this snake and King K. Rool are really freaking good. You see what that snake did? He grabbed the bomb, the grenade, threw it off the ground so it would bounce up and hit K. Rool. Ooh, and then when the bomb landed, it blew up and launched him up out of his combo so he could get it back here. That's ridiculous. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but it seems like it. And then he was doing the hold on to it thing where it blows up both of them. I'm just saying, his jump seems really nice too. Oh, this cannonball has a lot of priority, because even though it got, like, it seems it bounces off of things, like even projectiles and whatnot. Like somebody could throw a projectile, let's say Lloyd from Villager, the side B where he launches the thing. I feel like if it hit that, it would not only blow up Lloyd, but it would bounce off of it so that King K. Rool could suck it off. Let me rephrase that. So he could suck it back. Not better, but you know, he could suck it up and then fire it again. Good lord. So he could suck it off. Yeah. Jesus Christ. So he could suck off that big old ball. Yeah. And then spit it out. Good lord. Anyways, this is about to be sick. This is a crazy kill, but it seems it bounces off things, but again, it has a decent amount of priority. Like if it hits a projectile, it'll neutralize it and then it'll clash and then just keep being active afterwards so it can be sucked up and fired. It has interesting, unique properties. Wait, did I change the... Yeah, I did. Okay. Nobody's watching, I don't care. Forward air. That's a combo. That is badass. Not only does forward air clearly have a lot of launch, but like he does the shot up there, and it flies slow enough to where he could set up the forward air to launch him straight into that. And by the way, that kill power, that shit evaporated Snake on contact. That tells me not only do we know that it has a lot of kickback, but it has like crazy amounts at higher percents. He was at, actually it wasn't even high percent, he was at 86% when that killed him. I mean, he was off stage, sure, but that still had some kill power. That contextualizes that better than the K. Rool trailer, although I actually took that down, so I guess I can't really compare. But anyways, actually, let me just pull it up again. I have it in my recently closed tabs. Where is it? King K. Rool character trailer. Let's go. We see it here where it hits DDD, but we don't actually see DDD's percent for any of this, since it's not visible. The fact that his percent, another percents in these parts are visible, we don't know when DDD was hit by that, but we have a good idea for when it will kill anyway. So like the kind of knockback it will have at different percentages because of this. And god damn, Snake got his ass handed to him. That was a great combo. A really high level combo too. Like, you see this shit, this man comes down like this, fires the blunderbuss to deflect the grenade, which it was a grenade that launched him up at this angle. It wasn't the cannonball. And then he sucks it back up and then fires it up diagonally, which when it's diagonally it moves slower, I believe. It does like a kind, it kind of fires similarly to the cannon. Yeah, no. Oh no. It's not again. Not again. It's not again. I'll fix that in a second. In the meanwhile, It launches kind of similar to the cannons in Kirby, where they do like kind of a spinny thing. And then he hits with the forward air, and it hits, and that takes a stock. Man, that's a setup, because it's moving slow enough to where I feel like, let's say, I don't feel like there's a lot of scenarios in which you'd be able to use that for edge guarding specifically. Unless if you fire, unless again if the blunderbuss shot needs to be charged very far in order to go far. Like depending on how long the cannonball itself stays on stage. Like you see how I'm saying depending and maybe for a lot of these things with Rool. It's because I can't really for sure say things. With Simon, I could be like, given my knowledge of Castlevania and given all the footage we've seen, he can definitely do a lot of this shit. This is definitely how his projectile canceling works, like how his whip's able to deflect projectiles. That's definitely how it is because it's supposed to be that way. It's based off of a thing in the game. Like we don't know how far this would have launched just off of him tapping it. For all you know, it could have launched just a few feet and then landed here, and he would have had a chance to run up on it and suck it up. Who knows? I feel like that's possible considering how slow it is as a projectile, that as soon as he fires it out, it'll just keep flying. It could potentially keep flying, but it'll drop after a while. Like he could probably charge it to launch it like way to the end of the stage, and he'd probably be able to act out of it a lot faster. Because maybe like his side B, or maybe not. But like if it fires, like if you fully charge it, I feel like you can move around and his neutral B will be replaced with the suction instead. And if you don't charge it, it'll move fairly forward and then drop, kind of like Bowser Jr.'s. But I'm not sure if dropping it'll make it disappear like Bowser Jr.'s, or it'll stay there so we can go run up to that area and suck it up. If that's the case, then this could potentially be really good. Especially if it bounces off the enemy, even if it hits them, then yeah, it's going to be amazing if he can move out of that. Because if it stops there like that, that means he could run up, he could hit somebody flying, run up, and then fire it again, and have something for setting up. Or even if he like just fires it forward, hits you with like a forward air off stage or a forward smash, doesn't kill, you can fire it forward a little bit. Charge it up enough to fire it forward near the edge, run up to the edge, fire it upwards, and now they have to try and recover. Now you can cover your options. Like they can't jump over to the stage, they're forced into other options. Forward air into that, still fucking brutal, man. I don't know what that sound effect is. Is that? I feel like this is a different build. Well, Zero remarked that this could be a different build. And he's also the one who pointed out the back air. I did see a bit of his analysis video, but I kind of stopped after a while. Okay. Yeah, okay, it doesn't have enough, he doesn't have enough armor to go through something like that, but like, definitely able to go through like, smaller things, you know? I'm not sure if it lasts long enough. Okay, that seems to be, he does like a belly bump thing there. That seems to be his neutral, either his neutral air or his down air, but just because of the angle I could say it's a down air, but it's probably his neutral air if I were to guess. He just bumps up his belly and you could fall with it. Where is it? Let me find the footage again. I would do the scanning thing, but that's annoyingly inconsistent. Yeah, it seems to be like a neutral air thing. It does like the burst effect. It kind of reminds me of DDDs. It's like DDDs. Wait, was he facing backwards when he did that? Let me check. I just want to expressly show that fact, because it's the second time we've seen his back air. Yeah, definitely a back air, but we don't see if it turns it around because he lands with it, bastard. That pivot grab range, okay, this is something Zero pointed out. That pivot grab range is absolutely ridiculous. This is some... Okay, let's pause. Let's go back. That is up air again. And we see that it's not just like he does like a back slam thing. It works like a Kirby and Meta Knight's up air. I don't know why I'm so sick all of a sudden. I wasn't sick this morning. Also angling that around so it almost catches them. Why does this not work the way it's supposed to? It's supposed to be like, oh, I could do a frame by frame with it, but I can't do that anymore. It's infuriating. Anyways, here's the exact... Damn it. My god, this is really annoying. Why did they do this? Okay, pivot grab range. He grabs from here to here. He's here. A regular grab would probably grab around here. It grabs. This is some Bowser, Smash 4 Bowser bullshit. Like, pivot grab range is ridiculous. He catches him from like all the way over here, and then this up air. Bruh. Okay, not only, I'll tell you 2 reasons why this is useful. One, because it could potentially kill, although it doesn't look like it can. Actually, Snake is at 0% at this point. We're not sure. It could potentially kill, but it can absolutely combo. Snake is still in hit stun here. At very least, he might be able to act out of it. It might not have much launch power, but he can potentially catch an option afterwards, since it doesn't seem to launch very far. We're not sure about the end lag on that attack at all, but at very least he was able to clash with Snake in that scenario, which isn't so bad. I would say it's potentially really good, especially if King K. Rool's like, it's depending on what's hitting him, like depending on how strong that tough guy is. He could potentially, somebody tries to do like a, let's say a Kirby down air, and he just tries to jump up and do an up air. We've actually not seen what his up air is, but like if he tries to jump up and do an up air, then he could just catch people with it. It's crazy. Neutral air again. Probably could have done a back air onto that. Did he have multiple jump? Oh, no, was that just a double jump? Probably a double jump. That was a good kill, by the way, where he catches him around with the thing. What I'm saying with... And that goes through shields, we've confirmed that. He perfect shielded that, and then... Did he... How fast did he act out of that? Let me look at... Yeah, that's making a sound effect every single time that happened. That's kind of annoying, honestly. But, It's because it's kind of loud. I don't know. Yeah, he perfect shields this, and then he jabs out of it, which means he has less end lag out of that than you'd think, because in his original game he just kind of threw it, and then he did like a face towards the camera, and he'd stay like that until the attack came back. That was actually the opportunity where you're supposed to run in and attack him. The fact that he doesn't have very much end lag out of it, and it works a little bit like Simon where he can act out of it, at least tells me, I mean, unlike Simon, like, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my never mind. Unlike Simon, where it just goes forward and back, or like you can't throw out another one, or like I feel like this puts him in a more prone state if he misses, because it works more like a standard boomerang. I.e., it has a set range, but like when it misses, that's actually bad for K. Rool, because he needs to catch it in order to get it back. Meanwhile, Simon, while I think he probably needs to catch it in order to get it back, I sincerely doubt anybody's able to do anything about it. It's very active. I don't think you could grab it out of midair, because that doesn't happen in Castlevania. If anything, it works exactly like it does in that game, where it's just a big active hitbox. The only person who'd be able to grab it is probably Villager. But outside of that, it's just going to keep going, you know? I feel like that's just going to work the way it does and not get interrupted with in any ways. Meanwhile, King K. Rool's is working a little bit differently, you know? It's playing around with the idea more. Meanwhile, Simon's being a little bit more faithful, which tends to be how third-party characters are when compared to first-party characters. Like, we've seen it in Mega Man, we've seen it in, like, well, I mean, Pac-Man's an exception, but that's the thing is, Pac-Man doesn't really have much of a moveset outside of his games anyways. Well, even in his games, really. He doesn't have, like, a full moveset, so they just implemented a bunch of different things. But, or like Snake, for example, his moveset doesn't translate exactly into, like, fighting properly, you know? It's not like a 2D platformer or something like that, where it's like, okay, a lot of the things you could take from a lot of things you can just take from a 2D platform and put into a platform fighter like Smash Brothers, you know? But the same can't really be said for like other things, like a 3D platformer or maybe even a stealth game. Like, that's different. But yeah, like Ryu is very similar to how he is in his own game. Although he does play differently, he still plays very similarly. Even Bayonetta, very similar, even though she's a 3D brawler as well. Or Cloud, I guess. But Cloud, I can't really say he plays similarly, because that's an RPG, but he does have a lot of the same moves. Anyways, point of the matter is that Nintendo characters tend to do things a little bit more differently. There's a lot more variation in what Nintendo characters do in Smash Brothers when compared to their own games. When compared to, like, third-party characters. The only other exception to that, I'd say, is pretty much Sakurai made characters. All the Kirby characters and pretty much all of the Kid Icarus characters, they act exactly the same. Completely the same. Exactly. Okay, that's his up air. It's just like hand push thing. I don't know what that is, but that's his hand push thing. That's his up air. I don't know how that works or really anything. It seems pretty fast. Rather fast. It doesn't seem to have much cooldown either, but that's how that works, I guess. Oh, he actually does have more than it's not he has like a slash after that. I'm just not sure if that goes into a rapid jab or not. I'm not it seems to be like a hand push thing and then a slash. It might only be those two attacks too, kind of like Ganondorf. Pivot grab again. This guy knows what he's doing, and so does the snake. He did the down B to force him into jump. To jump over that so he can come down on him, or at least to avoid that attack, you know. And again threw it up, and then tried to hit him back into it. The mortar on top of that was questionable, but okay. Oh yeah, it just keeps going afterwards. Yeah, so his kind of works like Simon's, like that. It's only if it hits like a ledge or something. But I think the thing about his is that unlike... Oh, it spawned back on the stage like an item. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, with his, it turns into an item afterwards. I don't think that's how it's going to work for Simon. Simon's is definitely not an item. It's just a projectile. Meanwhile, K-Rool's acts like an item. It acts like a projectile, but then as soon as it... Like, if it doesn't come back to K-Rool, or it doesn't go off stage, it goes off stage, or whatever, or lands on stage, it becomes a item that enemies can grab and throw like a projectile, which could probably hurt K-Rool at that point, too. Although, I think you probably also get it back, too. Who knows? It's a bit of a weird thing. Let's actually observe that for a second here. Because when when it touches him, when it spawns back, it just immediately comes back on his head. So just touching it for him is enough to put it back on his head. But like, again, kind of like Simon's in a way. But if you let go, it just goes flying outward. The only thing is that's a lot more dangerous for him than it is for Simon, because again, Simon's definitely does not work as an item, or at least most likely doesn't. And I doubt that also applies that if like an opponent grabs it and throws it at you, it'll probably do damage and then go back to you, if I were to guess. Or maybe it doesn't go back to you at all, it just falls off stage and then spawns back again. That could potentially be very dangerous for K-Rool if he doesn't use it smartly. Like, he should definitely be getting follow-ups or doing something about the opponent. Damn, he broke through that instantly. Actually, no. And of course the final smash again, since they just love showing it off. Okay, we didn't actually get to see what happens after this. But I think... Also, apparently that point from this thing is his victory animation. And he also has Ganondorf's victory animation. Okay, it starts off like Ganondorf. Come on. Don't tell me you don't half expect him to go do a fist pump afterwards. Look at this man. I mean, I guess if you have a cape, you have to flap it, right? Oh, people are back. Man, we've been going for an hour. I've been talking my ass off. No, but, there's this one point here near the beginning, I think, where he kind of comes back in, and he does like a... I don't think it's in here, though. Was it at the beginning of it? I'm not sure. No, it might have been part of his character trailer where he kind of lands and then goes like a ha 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 ha. That might be at the end of his final smash, or it could be a taunt. Or it could be his intro screen. But anyways, we've done all of this now, so let's go. Actually, we've also done the gameplay analysis too. There's actually another gameplay thing here. This is a 2v2 between the Echo Fighters. Which, is it on Nintendo UK? Why did I look up Nintendo UK when I have them pulled up here? Did I look up Nintendo UK's, yeah, okay, they have it here too. It's an Echo Fighter thing. Well, kinda. It's it's Ridley and, well, it's mostly Echo Fighters and also Ridley's there. It's basically, it's Crom and Lucina versus Dark Samus and Ridley. Okay, now they do this with 2v2, and it's also got stage morph as well. We're gonna watch this, but I don't expect that much. Why does this have so much more detail to it than the other one? Explain. I also like the stuff with there. Oh, we can also see Dark Samus' intro to see if it's any different. We're done the analysis part, by the way. This is just me doing my normal match commentary stuff. Okay, yeah. Oh, Crom does he does his thing, which is actually what Roy does too. Now that I think about it, he has the same intro as Roy, kinda, but he does the stab into the ground thing and then pull up. And to be fair, he actually holds his sword differently in his natural stance. He doesn't do the underhand sword thing normally. He only does that when attacking. I don't know if his cape flutters in the wind when he pulls it up, but it's at very least similar enough to where they could get away with that. Also, I completely forgot about Samus' thing again. Also, is this? I feel like this ID Purpose remix is different. Like, it's definitely the one that was in when Crom was revealed. They played this remix of it, but I don't think it's not the same one that's from the Smash 4. Let me pull it up here. Actually, do I even? No, I don't have that here, but that's fine. In Smash 4, we did have a remix. Actually, did we have a remix of ID Purpose? No, we had the original ID Purpose. That's right. And then they remixed this track. I see. They gave ID Purpose an actual remix. I see. That's actually pretty cool. And I still miss Dark Samus' goddamn intro. We can only see so much of it, I suppose. No, get me back. Okay, yeah. We've seen it before. It's the portal thing. Alright. And Ridley flies in, of course. Still got the grab. The charge animation's a little bit different. I think that's a forward smash from Ridley. Oh no, those are the fireballs. Oh, I wanted to remark on that. His neutral B is way faster than Roy's, which is a good thing because it's actually, like, if it doesn't have the instant kill hitbox and it's faster, it could actually be a decent move depending on what properties it has. We don't know what it does. Also, Dark Samus' animations just seem to be cooler on the whole. Also, I wanted to remark on this last time, but she does seem to still have some of Samus's rolls and whatnot. Then I think her dash attack works a little bit different. It seems to go further. Maybe. I've seen, like, people have remarked that, oh, her roll is different, which makes her better, but I don't really have any evidence proving that, though. Like, because at one point I did see her rolling in the morph ball. It could have been from her down B, but at very least the morph ball was utilized at one point. Oh, apparently. Okay, yeah, team attack's not on, but apparently fireballs don't hit shield without team attack. That's odd. I haven't really been watching this match, by the way. I should probably start back. Double's a little bit cluttered. Usually I don't like to comment over them, but again, that feels faster. Might have just been more charged than I thought. Oh, countering the Ridley side B would actually be very useful in 2v2 situations. Like, that would be a way to make Ridley less ridiculous. That said, your partner could also do the same thing and he'd hit both of them. So, Like, if you did a side B and they were about to die and they're trying to mash out of it, you could just, or like maybe just to add some extra damage, you could counter it and then kill them that way. Not that it's necessary, but you know. What did he say? What the hell was that? Crom, are you speaking English? Actually, probably not, now that I think about it. No, that sounds like Lucina's English voice. That's weird. Yeah, his forward smash. Oh, I should mention, during Crom's animations, the reason why I know he doesn't have a tipper is because his actual sword swipes are more like Lucina's than they are like Roy or Moth, where they have like the big slash effect. we'll see it on Lucina in a bit, where like the slash is more thick than it is angular, because the angular nature is supposed to give away that they have tipper properties, or at least they have a sweet spot somewhere in the attack. That is not the case for Crom, so it seems to do consistent damage. Exactly is Crom's English voice. Yeah, his back air did a lot of damage there, but we don't actually know when it was. Makes all that really crunchy sounds too. Ooh, got hit with the forward mat. Oh, but you got hit by the up air. That was a good idea. I've actually not seen his up air. Does it hit multiple times? I presume it does. Actually, no, we have seen it. It's it's the friggin' Aether Slash. I don't know why I'm asking that. The most notable thing about his character. Yeah, his back air seems to do the same. We've seen his up smash where it does the multi-hit. Oh shit. Okay, no, that was just the stage transforming. Also, I remember. Oh, got him. Bye, Lucina. Bye, Lucy. What did I accident? Wait, hold up. Okay, she was just at a ridiculous % to begin with. I was wondering why she was just suddenly at 556. I just misinterpreted. He was at 100 before, and I was like, I saw 1 before and then 2 later, and I was like, what? Did that do 100 damage? It didn't. It did like 60. No, but as I was saying, why did I say bye Lucina with the same energy as bye Felicia? I don't know. Tech, goddammit, Tech. For the love of God. What was I gonna say? I completely forgot. If I was about to say something important. Oh, Arena Pharaoh. I never actually Ferox, if you want to go that way. I never actually I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but I like HD Arena Pharaoh looks gorgeous. This is actually one of my more favorite levels from 3DS. I probably did when I was talking about the stages earlier, but there you have it. I said it again. I was really expecting them to update the music by now, by the way. I mean, I'm gonna do a reaction to Gangplank Galleon anyways, because I didn't do that back then. It was done by Ace? Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that. Like, I heard that it was somebody else before. I probably heard that it was Ace before as well, but I forgot to mention, like, when I actually did the thing, I thought it was David Wise, because it sounded a lot like how Tropical Freeze sounds. But apparently, it was done by Ace, who did Xenoblade Chronicles. I can actually close that off now that I think about it. Well, actually, given the fact that they did the gameplay stuff today, they might actually not do the music this week. Maybe that's their substitute. Who knows? I hope to God I don't end up finishing this today. I mean, it is almost 7 o'clock, so I doubt they're going to do something else today. But I hope to God that I don't end up doing this today, and then like 10 minutes later after I'm done my damn stream, oh, here's a remix of, let's say, shit, what's a good song that I can call up at the top of my head? Incoming from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and also, yeah, Rex and Pyra are in the game too, and also this, that, and the other. You don't know. They would. All I'm saying, they might do it tomorrow. They might just skip the week. We'll see. The fact of the matter is that they're not updating it now. Usually they do this by now, like probably around 12 o'clock. Probably like really early in the morning. Actually, I think about it. Like, they do it overnight, I think, is what they try to do. Because that's exactly why Bloody Tears / Monster Dance was released the night before. It's because they're trying to make changes to the website ahead of time. So that when people wake up, they could be like, oh, a new music track. Let's give it a listen. You know? Oh, wait, is that what this search thing is? It's been the find in page thing the whole time? You mean I didn't have to press Control F? Ah. I've learned some stuff. Also, you probably didn't even see that, but, yeah, this thing. I just learned that this is actually the find in page button. How didn't I not know that? Well, I've been pressing Control F this whole time, and I can just press up in the corner. I might still do Control F depending on where my hands are, but, you know, if they're on the mouse, I'll go up here. Control F if my other hand is free. Not like my other hand wouldn't be free for any particular reasons. No, I'm kidding. Actually, let's pull it back up. Actually, let's read some comments, because again, I'm no longer in analysis mode. I'll probably, since I have this stuff recorded, I might actually make them separate videos later on. So, what have the comments been saying while I've been willfully ignoring them? I want to try out Castlevania. Yeah, you should try out Castlevania. Even if you're watching this later. 8-player smashes are better than before. Yes, they are. Chun-Li would be an interesting character, but I doubt they'd put her in. Well, I guess I don't really think I doubt they'd put her in, but if they did, she couldn't be an Echo Fighter, so they'd have to make a whole new moveset for her. Which, again, we've never seen two representatives from the same series that aren't Echoes yet. I feel, again, Ken would make a lot more sense. Making a Smash analysis of Richter. Man, you really making a super analysis of the Simon and Richter analysis. Wait, what? Okay, whatever that means. I'm going to assume he meant trailer, but or I guess maybe the section where Sakurai broke it down. One of the bosses of M. Bison. You know what? Give Ryu a run for his money. Hello? Do you forget the fact that he's beaten up M. Bison more often than he's beaten up fucking Dracula? Like, Dracula is stupid powerful in the Castlevania franchise. He's literally more powerful than Satan in that franchise. Literally. He's higher up in the totem pole than the Prince of Darkness himself. Just think about that. Okay, the most recent ones I probably battery life gives me such a huge tumor. Oh, I guess his phone died. Yeah, I know that feeling, especially when you're damn. Either your charger is like somewhat broken or your charging port gets messed up. That shit is the worst. Because then you gotta pay a bunch of money to get it fixed. Or send it in for like a month or something and then get everything like wiped off your phone. Ugh, it's the worst thing. And that's something that keeps happening with this phone. That's why I want to get another one. Although this phone's been very good to me for the most part. I don't have a lot of reasons to complain. It's something of note. Hi, Mario or Sonic? You know, that's a good question. I grew up with both, honestly. I think I have more experience with Mario, though. I would definitely say I probably like Mario games more on average. Because, like, a lot of Sonic games are bad. Or just, like, they are choppy. Like, sometimes they're really good in some sections. And other times they have really annoying ones. Main series Mario games are more consistent. Not just that, but there's more Mario like spin-offs that I play a lot of as well, like the Mario RPG games, Mario RPG, Paper Mario, Mario and Luigi, Mario Kart. Like, hell, even Mario Tennis is pretty fun. Hell, technically Smash Brothers itself is named after the Mario series. Super Smash Brothers is only one word away from Super Mario Bros. I'm just saying, there's a lot of reasons why I prefer Mario as a franchise. As a character, I have more experience with Mario. But even then, I grew up with like Sonic 3 as well. So I mean, like, I have good memories with Sonic as well. Like, I don't think I actually ever played a bad Sonic game back when I was a kid. It was basically like Sonic 3, a little bit of Sonic 2, a little bit of Sonic and Knuckles as well, I think. But and Sonic Heroes, which I genuinely really enjoyed back then. I still really like. I guess the only example of like bad experience I had with it was Sonic Adventure, and that's mostly just because I got lost and I had motion sickness. But that's it. It's not because I think the game is bad. It's just because I didn't really know what to do past the intro section, and again gave me motion sickness. But other than that, I don't really have many bad experiences at all. Honestly, I think it was just genuinely a pretty fun time from the beginning to end. Where did I get that from? Did I borrow that from the library? I feel like I had to have. Which is weird, considering if I borrowed it from the library, that would have been like... When... Was Blockbuster still open? I might have rented it from Blockbuster maybe then. Although it might have been closed by then. I don't remember when it happened. But I'd say generally Mario, but I do like Sonic. When Sonic is at its best, I would say they're more or less equal. But there's also a lot of reasons why I'm no longer as much of a Sonic fan as I once was. Even then, I wasn't really always a big Sonic fan to begin with. Oh, I also watched Sonic X growing up, and I actually enjoyed it back then. Nowadays, I shit all over it, but like I watched it actually a few times on YouTube back when I was a kid. I didn't catch it on TV because we didn't have cable, so I pirated it years after it was already done. Then, even if it did, I probably didn't watch the channels it was airing on. Anyways. That's neither here nor there. So that's that. I guess we'll finish the rest of this. I didn't really want to look over this because I don't feel like we would have learned much more. Like, I guess we have a little bit more of Ridley and a little bit more of Chrom and Doug Samus, but Chrom and Doug Samus are both Echo Fighters. Like, we don't need to see that much more from them. And Ridley we've had for months and seen actual good, like, super good gameplay. And it has items on too, so it's like, there's a lot more inconsistencies and whatnot. Oh, stage morph. I forgot about that. Oh, I see what they did there. And if the volume was better, well, I guess we'd be able to hear more of this one. But we've already heard this part. That's the problem. Oh, and I guess that's how that attack... Oh, it only works one... No, actually, no, it doesn't. He just dropped it. That, and we saw in the part of the direct Ness use it more than once. If it was only one use, then it would be good, but also nowhere near as useful, because it only works at high percent. Yeah, no, we didn't hear more of that theme at all. Oh, and sudden death is over. God damn! Ridley, no! I feel like these are almost staged to be perfect in these scenarios, because it's like Ridley. Anything could change! Yeah! And then he does the overhead thing. That's awesome. And I still like the fact that they do these, like they do the victory poses in sync. Oh, he actually kind of does, he does Roy's victory animation, but then he changes it around to be different. That's cool. I like that. I might actually end up playing Chrom more than Roy. Because the thing about Roy is that his tipper almost kind of fucks him over a little bit. In that, like, in order to kill, he has to be way up in somebody's face, which is almost always a problem. Like, unlike with Moth, where it's like, having a sour spot near to you just means that you can get more combos. With him, having a sour spot away from you just means it's harder for him to kill. But with Chrom, that's no longer as much of a problem. I might play him more often, mostly because I also have more of an attachment to Chrom than Roy, particularly. So, yeah, I might actually use him, which is strange, because I don't give a shit about Lucina at all, and I'd never play as her. I have a personal rule against that, but Chrom, that's totally different. I'm all over that shit. Finally, I have Echo Fighters that I care about more than the original characters, or the characters they're based off of. Like Victor, well, I guess I'm still pretty meh on Doug Samus, but then again, I'm meh on regular Samus too. I still think Doug Samus looks better, like gameplay, like just animation wise, it just looks really cool. And I wouldn't not play Doug Samus, but like Dark Pit and Lucina have never been characters I'm like, oh yeah, I really want to play as them. Like I don't dislike Dark Pit, but at the same time, it's like I vastly like Pit a million times more. So. And then there's always well, you know what I think about Lucina, but I don't really care about her at all. So it's like, and I really like Moth, so you know, like Victor and Chrom are pretty much the exceptions here. Oh, it's him blinking. I thought he just like shuffled his eyes really quickly. The only thing I could say about Chrom is that he kind of looks weird in this game, but even then, that's probably just because he was made under a time limit. But anyways, he'll probably, honestly, I could see a lot of people picking Chrom over Roy, just because like the tipper thing is actually a lot more useful in his case. Because it means that like he could forward smash you from full range. He doesn't need to be up in your face to kill you. That's, I mean, sure, he doesn't have the benefits of being able to of the additional damage from the base hitbox, but not everybody's going to be up in Roy's face, you know. Most attacks in this game, guess what? They launch you away from the character, not directly towards them. With Moth being launched further away from his his blade just means that it's a higher chance you're gonna get hit by the tipper hitbox. But with Roy, if you hit with the non-tipper hitbox, it actually means there's a higher chance that you're gonna get hit, that you're not gonna get hit by his base, the base of his sword. I feel like it's actually a better thing for you to not have it, as opposed to Lucina, where it's just like, that's a character that mostly spaces anyways. It's about keeping people out of your range. So, like Morth is what I'm talking about. But, so like, having it so that your maximum range, good spacing doesn't do nearly as much is actually a bad thing. And of course, you don't have the sour spot benefits of being able to hit those more often. And again, Mouth looking really crisp in this game. Although, to be fair, I guess if the side B buffs carry over to Lucina, even if they are weaker, and it's still really strong, it could potentially be a little bit more useful on her than it is with Mouth. But then again, or most untippered one is, I would say. But then again, his tipper one seems to kill really quick anyways. Who knows? That, and who knows if his side B just immediately links into tipper on its own. Who knows? Anyways, apparently everybody else is doing this shit too, but we'll look at that shit. I'll look at that on my own time. I'm not going to be doing this on stream. Oh, okay, 2 more things we have to do. Since we've been here for a while, 2 more things. There is this, which is Gangplank Galleon. We're going to listen to it now. Wait a minute. Hold up. Okay, we're at max volume. That's fine. It probably won't be max volume for you, but I'll turn it up a little bit, just so it doesn't overwatch me. I haven't seen anyone who mains Mr. Game & Watch. So coming from a Game & Watch main, then actually main Roy, Gamer mains Mr. Game & Watch. You never seen Gamer? That guy's a monster, and he gets 9s all the goddamn time. It's crazy. 2 hours isn't actually all that long. It's just longer than I would have expected for the analysis to take. But who knows? Maybe I only did like 40 minutes for both. Whatever. Actually, I definitely did like an hour-long analysis on Victor and Simon. I'm gonna have to do something about that, but that's for me to worry about, not you. Anyways. Oh, I almost stopped the stream. I pressed edit stream with such ferocity. I'm glad that was there instead of stop recording or stop streaming. That would have screwed me over. But yeah, Gangplank Galleon. Let's take a gander. We've heard this before, by the way. It's not gonna be like it's not gonna be the same as like something like the Snake Eater one, where it's like, oh my god, I have no idea what to expect. Like, nah, I know what to expect. We've heard it before. I didn't know what to expect with Bloody Tears either. It's gonna be more like this stuff, where it's like, well, actually, where I listened to it beforehand, or some of it beforehand. Like, I definitely listened to Prince of Death and Vegas Scene before I actually reacted to it, but that's not the same here. Anyways, let's go. Hey! Hey! Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Oh, this is the latter half of it. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Hey! I can see why people like this so much. Da, da. What are these vocals? Hey! Hold up! Do it again! Hey! 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 Wait a minute! Hold up! Oh no! 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 Wait a minute! Hold up! Never mind, I take back everything I said before. It's a good thing I saved this and didn't just listen to it on my own time. Thought I was exactly the same, but apparently it isn't. Dun. Okay, they did the latter half. That's actually really good since we heard the earlier half beforehand. And I was just like, that part's alright. I actually thought it was worse than the original one in that regard, but like, this? Alright, that's fire. That was a lot of that too. I feel like that was longer than it usually is. Can I just go to like a... open in the next tab and then see how long it was in the YouTube. Yeah, about a minute 19. Maybe that's just because I already know about the full song. Like, I wasn't a game explained that like tied these two together. I'll actually look that up there just to see how it branches. And they did like a more complete, you know what, actually never mind. I feel like they did a more complete one recently, but I don't want to do all that nonsense. They're probably going to do narration, and I'm not waiting for them. Anyways, that was lit. That probably gets an A+ on the S tier, and then on the S, an A+ on the S scale. So that was pretty hype. That was badass. Let's listen to it again. Let's run that back, because I was kind of taking it in. It's dynamic too. That's what I really like about it. Then there's the slower part here. I still would say it's nowhere near as epic as the original version, but that's fine. There's actually another remix from Smash Brothers. I don't know what he's saying. Kind of gives me Psy vibes. Oh wait, I didn't change this to be whatever. You guys can still see most of it. Actually, I'd say an A. I was kind of caught up in the hype first. I'd say it's an A. It's pretty good, but I wouldn't put it up at the top of the top type stuff. But it's still very, very good. It's damn good. Actually, you know what? I'd say that one is around the same kind of level as I'd say A+. I'd say it's probably somewhere around the same level as the F-Zero medley, in which it does a lot of different things, and it's really catchy. But with F-Zero, I definitely need to hear more. I've actually seen a lot of Gangbang Galleon, and I think a part of it is it's very repetitive, but it makes up for that by being dynamic. I like that vocal part. It's kind of like a rap, but I don't know what he's saying. I don't even know if that's English. It could be Japanese for all I know. It doesn't really sound Japanese. It kind of sounds Korean, honestly. Hence why I brought up Psy. It even just kind of sounds like his voice. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's English. Then again, it was done by Ace. Who knows? Probably was Japanese, now I think about it. But then again, sometimes they just decide, like, maybe Ace is like, freaking, what's it? Maybe it's just like Soji Meguro, where they're just like, you know what, let's just make English lyrics, even though we're all Japanese. Which, he actually has a reason for that. The reason why he does that is just so that, it's because, like, a Japanese audience would be able to tune that out while playing. Thanks a lot, buddy. You forget these games come to other countries, which English is spoken. We can't tune that. No, it doesn't matter. I honestly think the lyrics have never gotten in the way of anything. That they're never in any talking scenes, really, from what I remember. Yeah, so that's not so much of a problem. Anyways, this remix was really good. You know what? I could actually skip around on the YouTube video version. So that's like this part here. I've never been too crazy about that. Like, this has always been catchy, and I thought it was good. But I like the dynamic aspects. This is kind of in place of the unless that's still here, for all I know. Kind of reminds me of, you know what they're probably going for with this? They're going for the damn DK rap. Here we go. They're trying to channel that into this song, which I mean kind of works. You know what? It also kind of reminds me of the rap parts of Metallic Madness, you know what, that like super fast kind of inaudible rapping that is actually something. I don't know if there's a phrase for that, but I'm just gonna refer to it as scat rap from now on. It's definitely rap, but at the same time it's moving. It's clearly audible. It's not really supposed to be. It's mostly there for the vocal aspect of it as a song, and not so much for knowing what those songs about the actual bars. You know, it's like mumble rapping, but it's different. But then again, I don't know. I bet mumble rapping is usually a little like more low key. It's like kind of like a whisper. I have yet to hear a mumble rap, or at least I can't remember any mumble rapping that's like supposed to be high. Well, then again, who knows? I guess mumble rapping would probably be more accurate for that. Whatever. The trumpet in this part, actually, is this French horn or trumpet? I'm not sure. No, it's definitely more trumpet. The trumpet in that part is very, it goes in, I won't lie. But, I don't know. I don't think I like it better than the more menacing parts of the original song. But the bass and the drum here. La 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 la. And then the background elements here there. Oh, I didn't even hear the electric guitar in the background. That's going ham too. Alright. Again, that remix is pretty good. I don't really know what to say about it, huh? And also, right before we go, I want to listen back to the first remix, because this isn't the first time they've done a remix of Gangplank Galleon, because there's another one actually here, I believe. Yeah, King K. Rool / Ship Deck 2. Like, this isn't the first time they've done this, you know? But this one's a lot closer to how it was originally. It's like a straight, like, remastering of the song. Because it still has, like, the menacing badass part of it. You know, this one's a lot more catchy, you know? That's more lit, you know? You know, this is more like... more in line with how it was originally, and I think I still like this rendition better, but I do appreciate this new one, you know? It's a lot faster too, I just noticed. And then when it speeds up here, it's like, again, there's a progression into it too. Which, again, this has a progression too, but it's not pace-wise. Like, it slows down and speeds up a different aspect, but it's like, you notice when it slows down, because it starts off fast. Meanwhile, this one, it starts off slow, and then gets fast, you know? When it turns into the dum-da-da-dum-da-da-dum-da-da. Like, it starts off slow, stays kind of slow, but kind of builds up, and then does the faster point. You know? But, that it actually really plays up like, the whole thing about the original one is that it was a contrast, you know? There was the happy, skipping, we're jolly, the happy, jolly sailor vibe from the first one, even complete with a damn ukulele in this rendition, before transitioning into a much more, like, sinister, like, boss theme, which is faster than the opening part, but it's still, and not just that, but it still has the similarity part between it. Like, there's a contrast that's being expressed in the original one, whereas this one is just kind of keeping the same kind of, like, it goes from being a jolly tune to being a catchy tune, like a lit action tune, like... Oh wait, this is the wrong video. There it is. No, I don't want to see somebody's reaction. It's still using the same instruments and everything. It's just they just add more to it. It just becomes more fast paced as it goes on, as opposed to it becoming like a completely different song, you know? which has aspects that are similar that definitely connect the two things, but also very much shows a certain. It makes you a little uneasy. It makes it be like, oh shit's serious here. It's not just a. It's not just some jolly stupid boss fight. This guy's kind of unhinged. You know, it represents K. Rool a lot more, or more the final battle of that, which is why I kind of think that this one's gonna be better. This one is still gonna be is still higher up on my list, the original one, than the new one. That said, probably gonna play both of them honestly, and the faster paced stuff would probably still be pretty good for a fighting game. I'm not gonna lie. Like the slower theme is a little. Because it kind of plays the narrative aspect of it a little bit more up, which isn't as useful in like an actual fighting game, so I don't know. Either way, it's still pretty damn good, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, time for something completely different. This indie highlight that was rumored and like leaked and everybody was talking about it, and then just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth, even though it did happen, but only on the UK website. Not on the original one. Nintendo America did not have it here. Which is weird, considering. I mean, I guess maybe it's. Oh, there's Devil May Cry footage. Huh. Well, I'm not gonna look at that. But, I mean, that's a little off topic. I mean, I know I'm going to a completely different topic entirely, but still. It's listed in the description. If you are going to get on my case, I didn't falsely advertise. For one, I did do the analysis that's at the beginning, and I believe the DVR is on, so you can just go back and watch that, and it's going to be uploaded different later, and the description mentions it too. I'm not, man, no, why did I go here? I didn't want to do that. I wanted to look for Nintendo. Show 100 more. There they are. Ah! Okay, there it is. There it is. Yeah, and to my knowledge, Nintendo America's website has not brought, website channel didn't show this at all, which is weird. I mean, I feel like they've been showing a lot of stuff like up until this point, but they never actually showed like a specific this indie highlight. But we're gonna be watching this definitely. There we go. Just because, you know, there could be. I've heard from other people that there was like some hype moments here, so who knows? This could be interesting. It's a full-on reaction stream. For something completely, again, for something completely different. 16. And then after this, I'm probably going to sign off and go do some stuff. Bow, chicka, bow. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Probably. No, seriously, I'm joking. Kiddo, I just mean I'm going to go study, kids. Stay in school. Even though school is not open yet, but it will be. I mean, the month is almost over. You kids, well, then again, I guess most schools go and they wait until like the like after Labor Day, right? When that happens. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I can't remember. I remember we did it like at very least in like I think like the 12th, 13th. That's when school started again. Won't have to see these little shits hanging around in the mall anymore. I can run in there and be an old timer. Come there at 9 o'clock and hang out with the old people. Kick up my feet. Actually, I can't kick up my feet anymore because they hurt too damn much. Just take a really long sit in one of those soft chairs, read a newspaper, and jam out to the oldies all at the same time. That's jacked up. Gotta respect your elders too. Oh my god. Whatever. You know I'm just joking, right? I respect my elders too. I'm not just. The hell? Oh, I guess reloading because I had it up for so long. Most indie games are bit games, anyways. I don't care about
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the highlights presentation.
Wait, I forgot to turn on the audio for you guys. And then turn it up for me.
A whistle-stop tour that's filled to the brim with top indie games coming to Nintendo
Top
Switch.
Indie games coming to Nintendo Switch.
The most talented independent developers on
Talented
the planet.
independent developer. Where's David? Wait, Damon Baker, whatever his name is. Bowser. Was that a name? I don't remember his name. Damon Bowser or something like that. The dude who's the Nindy dude.
We love seeing their work thrive and flourish.
We love seeing their work thrive and flourish.
flourish on our platforms.
Flourish.
Because of them, Nintendo Switch is already home to some tip-top independent games.
Some tip-top. Some jolly good games. I'm sorry, I gotta stop. Really, I've been fixing up my British impression. I guess my British accent. I've figured out the secret to speaking a bit British. It's that you can't be putting too much emphasis on A. Like ha, that sound doesn't really happen. It's more of a ha. Actually, is it, or am I getting that backwards? Anyways, first off, the most important secret is that you don't put your you don't put emphasis on specific words, specific letters. Even though it's like from somebody who always hears like Western English, let's just call it that, because it is true, Western English, North American English, or that's another example. People are not used to like hearing North American English. Like when you hear North American English, when you hear like a British person say things certain ways, like the parts that, although that don't have emphasis on it, feel like they do because they're different. Your mind catches on to them because you're not used to hearing it. So it sounds like they're putting emphasis, but they're not. They're not putting emphasis on certain vowels or syllables, whereas Americans very much do. Like North Americans do that all the time. It's a part of just how we speak English. But when a Brit speaks, they don't usually put emphasis on any particular part of the sentence or the word. They also keep their tongue kind of towards the front of their. They also kind of keep their tongue towards the front of their mouth when they say it. They don't pull it back like we do. They try to keep it towards the teeth. I don't think they're trying, really, honestly. It's just how they speak is that they often keep their voice and they keep their tongue towards the front of their mouth so that they can speak and shit. I don't know. I don't understand how this works, but that's just how that's how they get some of the sounds that they do. Like when you're trying to flap your tongue all around your mouth, that's why it can be hard to sound British when trying to do it that way. You know, if you're just like, oh, you just have to sound fancy. I can do fancy. It's not the same thing. Then anyways, off topic.
Bunch more.
And here's a bunch more.
You're an inquisitive cabbie, helping the
Oh, an inquisitive cabbie, you say? How interesting. An inquisitive cabbie. A cabbie is somebody who drives a cab, or a taxi, or an Uber. No, I'm kidding.
Parisian police investigate a vivid cast of potential serial killers.
A vivid cast.
Making enough money to pay your bill.
And it's not. You see, she went cost instead of cast. They don't really do the ah sound. Or they don't stretch that out either. It's more of an ah. There's exceptions, of course, because there's always exceptions in English. It's a fickle language, it is. Oh wait, what did she say again? I completely. You're a cab call, drivey drive boy.
Potential serial killers while making enough money.
Wait, what's this about? Potential serial killers. The
Parisian police invest.
What?
You're an inquisitive cabbie, helping the Parisian police investigate a vivid cast of potential serial killers.
Why would you be helping the unless they're just? That's okay. You know what? I'll just
making enough money to pay your bills.
Well, so you gotta drive the serial killers around, but then you also gotta snitch on them. Wow, that's some. I'm kidding. There's no guarantee we're driving around the serial killers. They might just be serial killers that we're helping find out. Maybe we're just listening to what other people say about the serial killers or what they notice, and then using that information and bringing it to the police.
In night call.
In night call. Cool. Yeah, you see, it's not call, it's call. In night call. You play as an inquisitive cabbie. An inquisitive cabbie. You see, ca has that ah sound, but even then it's ah, but it's still like a higher ah, you know. The police won't listen to me, but I saw. The police won't listen to me, but I saw something. I'm struggling with that on my own, honestly. I saw something. right before the killer attacked me. Why wouldn't the police listen to you? I mean, I guess if you saw something weird, I guess. Is that the cabbie of... Oh, no. That's the cabbie in the foreground. Is this dude that's a woman in the background. Although this transition's a bit odd since it's showing his face here, but then it shows this old dude here. But I saw something right before the killer attacked me. Okay. Oh, and that's the woman is here again. Huh. Maybe she's a frequent customer? Who knows? Why am I analyzing this? Before the killer attacked me, the police don't listen to you. The police didn't listen to you? What did you see? Stay silent. Okay, these are your options. I see. The police didn't listen to you. That seems odd. You know, the police is supposed to listen to the victim. If you were attacked, okay, he could have seen something supernatural or weird or something, but you think the police would listen to the guy who got attacked by the serial killer? Like, bro, the victim escaped. That's huge. Yeah, but he saw the killer attack him. He had nearly man, that's dumb shit. There's gotta be something. What did you see? I saw damn it, I want to read that! Hold up. I saw a silver ring with a flower engraved on it. Some kind of royal oh, maybe it was maybe the serial killer is of royal blood. Maybe the serial killer is of royal blood, eh? Could very be. Could be connected to the royal family, or maybe just be a noble of some kind. He's paying them off to keep their mouths shut. But aren't we helping the police figure this shit out? That's kind of backwards. But I could see that. That makes more sense. That makes some more sense. I like your logic. That's why you can never place judgment based off of limited information. Always gotta look into this kind of stuff. It'd be useful in this game if you go buy it. It's looking interesting, honestly. Kind of reminds me of Valhalla in the sense that like you kind of, there's still like a narrative going on, but you're just kind of, you know, you're not necessarily directly involved in it, or even really like, I guess Valhalla is not the best example, but it's like, Professor Layton's another example of that, where it's like, you're not directly an investigator, but you are investigating, you know? Huh. And then we, oh, and then we have like first person investigating. Now this is kind of, it has a little bit more of a like you do segments in which you're sitting here talking to people unrelated to the actual crime itself, maybe. So that's where the Valhalla comparisons come in. Speaking of which, I still need to finish that game. Problem is that Machan isn't always around. And I was mostly doing that a live stream for her sake. Although to be fair, I did buy the game for her. So like, she could play it on her own time. I guess I don't need to keep waiting for her to be available. She's working hard. I can't really blame her for it. Actually, maybe it's cold. Wait, what? Maybe it was cold? You're talking about something about the Angel of Death? Is that the name of the... Maybe it is the cold. Oh, maybe you're seeing some things, or like dreams or whatever, and he's blaming it on the sickness. I can see you giving me the once-over in the mirror. Your mama never told you it's not nice to stare? Wow. Your mama never told you it's not nice to stare? He hands you money and gets out the cab. Oh, and we're making bread too! Libre. Hey, all kinds of peoples. And they're doing head bops. Is that a cat? What the fuck? What the hell? Why is there just a... I gotta check my eyes. But that was definitely an animal, but like... That was absolutely a cat. What the hell? How you... Please don't tell me you... Do you cross-examine the parrot in this game? Or I guess the cat in this case? Oh my lord. Don't tell me you actually get meaningful information out of this cat. Better be a talking cat, otherwise I'm not gonna... This looks interesting though, I might actually pick it up. I also think it's pretty safe to say that most of these games are coming over to the West. I mean, indie games usually aren't exclusive to Europe. Unless they're like in French or something, you know? And even then, French is a language that a lot of people speak. It wouldn't be hard to find somebody who's qualified to translate or localize or anything. Like, I don't feel like that'd be, not just that, but you could do a lot more direct translations with French, you know? It's a lot more similar to English than like Japanese is. I feel like it's probably that, and it's a digital game. There's no reason to keep it there, and it has an English. It already has like an English translation. They don't need to relocalize it. In fact, that looked like it was probably made in like America or something, you know. Just given the fact.
New kind of narrative noir game when the superstar.
Ah, New 2019. That was pretty cool. I might actually get that. I might even have a capture card by then, if I have a job and my. No, just a job. Because I'm going to be saving most of my ODSP money.
Being a human is pretty cool.
Monster boy. Being a human is pretty cool. Depends on who you ask. I actually think being a human is pretty awesome. We got a lot of benefits. People don't have appreciation for the fact that they are human beings. First off, we're intelligent. Second off, we can communicate to other beings, not just humans, but also animals. We can train animals. We can have animal companions. You know how many animals have animal companions? Not that many. Like a few of them. And usually if they have a symbiotic relationship or something. Or if they're capybaras. Those niggas are friends with everybody. Even crocodiles and whatnot. Don't mess with them. Just because. And even then, they get eaten by something, you know? Probably hawks. Those guys don't give a crap. Or harpy eagles. Well... anyways, we can communicate with other animals. We're smart enough to train animals to do things for us. We're smart enough to cook. Animals don't know how to cook. Most animals do not know the benefits of cooking. Animals could never make pizza, but humans, we can make pizza. That is a benefit that we have. Not even just that, we get better nutrients from our food because of the flora in our stomach. We can sweat, which other animals can't. Like, man, we have houses, television, media. I don't know. People are like, man, I wish I was a cat. Man, being a human sucks. Bitch, take it. I know life can be hard, but at very least, you gotta take solace in the good things. You can't always focus on the negative. I'm not saying don't give it consideration, but still, you gotta think about it both on the positive and the negative spectrum. It's night call. Night call, and why not call it sunny call, Monday call, Friday call, wall call, cat call? Oh, there's a cat. Oh, are you still here? Sorry about that, I've been talking my ass off. Yeah, no, that guy left. He was like, I'm being ignored. How foolish. I will not put up with this nonsense any longer. I am gone. Foolish, foolish fool. Anyways, yeah, no. I was just saying, appreciate what you got. You gotta, focusing on the negative too long is a human problem. That's another reason why humans suck. Being a human sucks sometimes. But at the same time, it's just to focus on that. Again, I'm taking both perspectives here. I'm being neutral, but mostly tilted toward the positive. Cautiously optimistic is an example of being mostly positive, but still having a look back on things. Because focusing on the negative all the time is not healthy. Not only is it not healthy, but it only just makes your life worse, man. You can't always be thinking about, oh, I suck. Oh, people don't like me. Oh, I smell. Oh, I'm in debt. Like, yeah, okay, but at the same time, you gotta be able to enjoy yourself in those situations. Otherwise, you're just gonna snap. It's not healthy to do that. Humans are not prepared to be focusing on the negative all the time. It will deteriorate you. Also, that pig has Ness's shirt. That pig is Ness confirmed. It's just like Undertale. And there's the rope snake. Just saying. This kid actually, if I was about to say, like, it seems to be like you can transform from different animals. You could become Lionel. It's like Altered Beast combined with that one assist trophy. The Prince dude who turns into the frog and the snake.
A frog, a lion, and a dragon.
A dragon's not an animal. All in one day? Oh shit, animated cutscenes? Bones did the cutscene? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. But, Monster Boy in the Cursed Kingdom? This looks really, I don't know, interesting. It's got a very... and it's like a dashy game and you can block the thing. Oh, this looks actually kind of interesting. That sounds really vibrant in game too. I like it. I like it. This actually looks really fun, and it has like puzzle aspects, but it also has like different abilities for each of the dudes, and you can switch them on. Well, actually, I don't know if you can switch them on the fly. It's kind of like Shantae as well. But it's more consistent. Like you can switch forms and stick it to them. It's kind of like Majora's Mask as well. You got really slow underwater. Great. The frog can do Castlevania things. Did he just heal by eating that thing? That's funny. Okay, this was definitely made in the West, but that animation's really good. Very vibrant. Although it does kind of give me a... It does very much look like a independently developed game. In that it's like... yeah, he ate the fly, and I think he got health back. That's great. And he can whip and swing on things. Can that dragon possess shit? What dragon do you know that can possess things as a base power? What kind? I feel like you're stretching for that. Close that. What is that pig doing? A body slam? It also, you know, another thing it reminds me of, kind of like Wario Land, where you had the different forms depending on the thing. There's another dragon that you're fighting, and it's purple. And you get to play as Frog from Chrono Trigger. This actually looks really fun, honestly. Like each of these forms seems like they have a bunch of different abilities and whatnot that actually make them genuinely useful to take over one another. I like this. This is cool. I might actually play this too. I was pretty lit. We're only 2 games in, guys, and I've been yapping my jaw this whole time.
Shapeshifts onto Nintendo Switch on November 6th.
Shapeshifts. Wait, did I change the thumbnail for this? I sure hope so. I probably did. I just need to check. Just so I'm not... Okay, yeah. Right. We did straight up analyze. Analyze! And analyze. Why do I keep saying that? If I could control time, Tokyo Tomore Baitsa Dusto?
Sleeping longer? How about solve a load of brain-teasing conundrums?
Why would I do any of that? I'd use it for my own benefit, obviously. Yeah. Well, then again, I guess to be fair, sleeping in longer makes sense. If I was able to keep my amount of sleep from when I go into the future, I always, every single day, I sleep in till like, I would stay up all night, and then when I fall asleep, I reverse time afterwards, and then fall asleep. Then again, that might undo all my like Twitter scanning. Although that might be a good thing. Or I always fall asleep and sleep in like it's Saturday till like 12 o'clock, and then I just rewind the time so I'm no longer late. And well, I guess I don't go to school, but hey, when I go to college eventually, I'll just be able to do this. Sleep in, rewind time, and then be there. In fact, I could just rewind time so that when I actually get to there, if I'm late, oh no, I'm not. Haha. In fact, I could go to class and I could see somebody's hungry and whatnot as they come in, and then just come in and give them a sandwich. Bro, I'll just hook people up. I'll be the nicest man alive, because then everyone would love me. Everybody would be like, oh my god, he's the best. It's like he knows everything. He's prepared. He's so considerate. To be fair, I guess it's still considerate anyways. I'm using my powers to help other people. But I'm doing it with malevolent, well, I guess not malevolent intent. I guess selfish intent. Not really even that either. I guess just because I can. Only problem is I'd have to go back, and then I also have to have money. But then again, if I can manipulate time, why do I gotta worry about money? Man, I could get all kinds of things. I could make a bet, and then fail the bet, and then go back and be like, I'm gonna make the opposite bet. I'm gonna initiate the bet, and then somebody else will do it. I'll make money off of it. Or if I do a money match against somebody in a game, I can lose, rewind time, and then just keep playing them until I win. In fact, they might even do the same shit every single time, meaning I could just take advantage of that. Now see, that's the selfish shit. But it's for helping other people, right? Man. I'm the kind of person who just does nice things for people because Well, granted, of course, I like that person. Then again, I might do it even if I'm not too fond of you. It's just if I despise you, or you did bad things to me, I probably won't do nice things to you either. Do as to others as you would like them to do unto you. Then again, I feel like even if I wouldn't do bad things to somebody who did bad things to me. I just wouldn't do nice things for them. It's like, I have no reason to help you. You're just going to take advantage of me, you know? But at the same time, I'm not also the type of person to be vengeful. Well, I'm vengeful in nature, but I never actually act on it. Like, I get pissed off, really pissed off, and I remember it, but it's just like, I'm not the kind of person who's just like, alright, you tripped me on the way down the stairs and I broke my head. I'm gonna come back and stab you in the neck. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna do the same shit to you. Although I definitely should. And you know, that's a bad example. Let's say they, I don't know, tried to flick me in the ear. Actually, I'd probably do that back too, because that's minor. If it's super major or super minor, yeah, vengeance is happening. My vengeance, of course, for the super major stuff would obviously be try to get their ass in prison, and if that doesn't work, bury them. No, I'm kidding. I'll beat their ass. I'll give them the fear of God. But in another scenario, why am I talking about these games so much? I guess because they have interesting premises. Every single one of them has got me talking for a decent amount of time, yapping my jaws when this should have been done already. Like, if it's something, what's minor enough to where I don't care? Oh, they make a joke at my expense. Then I probably won't, like, retaliate or anything. You don't need to know how to take those things anyways. But, yeah. So, time manipulation. She said something else, too, but, hey! So it's like a puzzle game that involves time manipulation. That sounds like Braid, but like less of a platformer, I guess. Definitely giving me that indie puzzle platformer vibes, you know? I almost heard that but no, it's different. I see. So it's like a puzzle gamey thing with rewind powers. I don't know why they're in that suddenly in that different the gardens between. Maybe that's you go into a different dimension.
The surreal puzzle
or maybe they're just
gardens between makes the journey to Nintendo Switch.
Or maybe they're just imagining it.
September
These look like older kids, but September 20th. That's actually not that far off. I'm not sure.
It's time.
I mean, I do need to do Streets of Rogue. Okay, guys. Maybe it's like a roguelike Streets of Rage. I don't know. I really do need to play more puzzle games, mostly because I need to get my brain working, so I don't become all stupid when I'm an old man. But at the same time, there's so many of those types of games I've never really been like super interested in them. You know, I'll play them if they're available, but not necessarily buy the newest puzzle-y game. And I always have Professor Layton to fall on.
Procedurally generated streets.
Yep, Streets of Rage. Like, can you really call it a brawler if you can shoot things? It seems more like a. It's like a. It seems more like Zombies Ate My Neighbors, or like Hotline Miami or something. I guess you can punch enemies, but like I doubt it doesn't really. I don't really see this as a Streets of Rage type thing. Then again, to be fair, Streets of Rage is like a 2D brawler. I don't really feel like you could get that much out of it, but you know what I mean. Like, how much random generation can you do in a stage that is almost guaranteed to be a straight line anyways? And in fact, I'd probably just make that game bullshit. Outstanding addition to the choose your own accidental death genre. Alright. I don't know, could be interesting. Also kind of reminds me of Enter the Gungeon. It's probably not nearly as hard. It's got stealth, action, drama, and something else. That's from Cinnamon Toast Ken? Isn't that a YouTuber? He does these things? Or maybe that's just a quote from him. drama. It's got it all, baby. It's got it all. But does it know does it know why kids love the delicious flavor of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it's the kid itself. That was actually no, the kid. Whoa. It seems to be a quote from like actually like the YouTubers and whatnot. Then again, it does seem pretty fun, so who knows? Although I wouldn't really take YouTubers' quotes at face value. I don't know what you guys did to them. Could just slip their hand into their pocket when you pulled out money. You stole their money. No, I'm kidding. that like I wanted to go for an innuendo, but then I wanted to like make it innocent at the last second. But then all that happened is that I just made it really confusing. Like, that just straight up doesn't make any sense. Okay, I slipped my hand into the pocket and pulled out and I got money. That makes it sound like I stole from them. Winter, alright? Well, if you're interested, it's available winter. I really need to stop stopping it every once in a while. Beards and boats and Bad North. Didn't we already see this last time? I feel like Rogue Light. So many road lights nowadays as far as indie stuff. Yeah, we saw this back at the last indie showcase. Did I stream that? I'm not sure. Might have. I might have just watched it and then watched reactions and then talked about it later. Who knows? Island by island. I think that was before it. Wave by wave. I see. So you gotta defend your homeland from the Vakans and other invading types. He's gotta last long enough. Orin, Gladys. Did I say Brand or Brad? You know what? This is like a real-time strategy, but it's like a roguelike random generator type shtick. This could actually be pretty interesting. I didn't think I really liked it last time, but I've definitely seen this before, I think. Or something that looks a lot like it. Anyways, that looks interesting. Definitely interesting. I'm not sure if I'd buy it. Oh, shit. Well, I guess you guys may have already got it. 11-bit. Okay, Moonlighter. Guess he works other jobs at night. Maybe he just moonlights as an adventurer. Oh, it's like a Zelda-ish thing. No, this is definitely giving me Zelda vibes. This is giving me, not Wind Waker, Minish Cap. Oh, I see. Yeah. You know what it is? This game is straight up. It's exactly like another game. I don't remember what it was called, but it's that one game where you play as a merchant, right? And you own your own like store in town, but then you can also go out and adventure. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a Japanese style game. I'm not sure if it was actually made by Japan, but it's like this anime-ish thing where you had your own store, you put out things to sell, and then you go out and adventure on your own times. That's exactly what this is. It's just probably different in the sense that it puts a bigger emphasis on exploring and less on the selling stuff. Maybe not. Who knows? Yeah. So I was actually completely right. It's the same idea, as it seems, but it's probably putting more emphasis on the actual action and combat, and less on the adventuring aspect. Less on the actual like store. Every adventure has to pay off. That's true, unless you die. Anyways, yeah, I feel like if I remember right in that game, I'm not sure if there was like any dungeons or anything. I just saw a little bit of it, like a long time ago. But that game was always kind of charming to me. So if this game's anything like that, I might actually buy this game. This looks fun. The hell was this? The War is Mine is also by them? Okay. The War of Mine. But did it actually say when that was coming out? I guess it didn't. But look out for it. What about the Messenger? I was actually really interested in that game. Please stop it! Indie games are like some of the few games I can afford really easily. But I still have my my standards, you know. I don't like to spend money on games that I know are bad. or games that don't interest me, or games I know I wouldn't have a good time with, or games that I just look at and I'm like, oh, So like, I tend to be very Children of Morta. I tend to be very picky about the kind of games I buy and play. Not really play, I guess, because like if it was for free, I'd play pretty much anything. It's just the games that I buy or spend my time on. Like I try almost any game, but buying them, that's different. I don't have much money anyways. This looks kind of interesting. Yeah. Kind of gives me Secret of Mana vibes. Definitely has a roguelite feel to it, but then again, we don't know. Maybe it's more set. And it's just a different vibe than the... Ooh, that's pretty interesting. Maybe it's a more story-based version of the other one with the... Or maybe it's just an adventure-y fighting road-like game. Who knows? I don't know. I can't really... It runs in the family? That sounds sus.
Children of Morta.
Oh, Children of Morta. Y'all and your stupid ass puns. November 2018 for the War of Mine. I don't really actually know what was going on there. Seemed kind of like a zombie type thing,
This
but
War of Mine
this War of Mine.
and Moonlighter are all
Autumn
making their way
2018. Oh, that's just around the corner. I might actually get Moonlighter and play it. And the other one looks interesting. I'm just not sure what kind of game it is. It's like I didn't get enough information from it. This one, like Moonlighter, I got like all the information I needed. It's basically that other game that I was talking about, but like
Nintendo Switch.
like with different mechanics and emphasizing certain things over others. You know.
Pew! Embark on a challenge.
Bow, bow, bow! What was that? And why does this have the TMX V? Oh wait, no, was it? No, it's Activision that has that V. That's the Activision V.
Journey through an ever-changing cosmos in everspace.
Ever-changing
Fast-paced, roguelike
everspace.
space
Alright.
shooter.
Why is it always roguelite? Everspace, a space shooter? Is it like a third-person space shooter? Stellar Edition. Oh, I guess it's a re-release. Yeah. So it's like a... like Star Fox, or like Starlink, or like... Actually, I think Starlink's probably the best comparison, although I was going to use No Man's Sky as well. Oh damn, that actually looks kind of fun. Then again, I think it also has more emphasis on shooting, which would be more like Starlink, right? Damn, that looks action-packed, and the graphics are actually pretty good too, for an indie game.
Who are you exactly?
Very stylish.
Maurice?
Maurice? That's Bastion, don't lie to me.
You're a bounty hunter?
Bounty hunters. That's a TIE fighter!
Warrant for you, dead or alive.
Oh, and you do bounty hunting? That's pretty badass.
Mighty outlaw. You are an outlaw? Why didn't you attack me on sight then? We of the coalition have bigger plans. The place is infested with
What?
gray goose swarms.
Oh, they got bigger problems.
Destroy them.
Why would an outlaw attack somebody on sight? Unless they know you're a bounty hunter, I guess, but... It didn't sound like you were bounty hunting him if you didn't even know he was an outlaw. You can't assume everybody's a bounty hunter anyways. That's just gonna get you in more problems than it solves. We got warp zones. This actually looks really cool, honestly. Like, okay, it's a roguelite, which means it's kinda random based and you have permadeath and whatnot. But like, this looks really fun. The mechanics are really cool. Like the character design's alright. You know, there's talking in it. There's like actual character and whatnot. So that's more than I would expect from something like this. And voice acting, that's true. Although they totally did just rip off a gremlin and Bastion and a TIE fighter and just be like, oh yeah. They just try to act like that wasn't what that was. Whatever. Just inspired by it. December.
So get ready to shoot,
Alright.
loot, and craft your way to victory.
Baba? Baba? Baba is me. Baba is you.
In this tricky puzzler, you don't just make the rules, you are the rules.
What? Baba is you. Baba is sleep. I'm sleep. No, I'm kidding. Oh, and then I changed the word by pushing it. Now Baba is no longer sheep. Oh, it's a sheep named Baba. I get it. Flag is win. Flag is you. And now I'm the flag. Box is push. So now I can push the block. I see. Me is you. Fungus is Baba. What? I see. Wall is stop. Wall is no longer stop. That's actually really interesting. It's like a pushing puzzle, but it also has words involved. I feel like that didn't show us any of the actual puzzles though, you know? They were just like, oh, we want to show off the core concepts in a cool way, but we don't want anybody to actually have all the damn, goddamn... Oh, they're back. I thought they were coming in an hour. It's been 2. Anyways. We're not going to show you the actual solutions, besides, like, really basic baby puzzles. Yeah. Okay. It was fine. Nobody came. I'm just streaming at the moment.
You comes to Nintendo Switch this autumn.
Oh, right. Another autumn game.
Craft a unique deck of cards. Encounter bizarre creatures.
Cards.
And discover relics of immense power. In Slay the
In triple triad, the full motion experience.
From Mega Crit Games.
No, I'm kidding. Slay the Spire? Alright. It's a card game. A children's card game. Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle. Mega Crit. Okay. Show it to me. Slay the Spire. Aspire to slay the Spire. But how do you... Oh, yes. I see. So it's like a card-based RPG type game. So it's Paper Mario Sticker Star. Actually, I mean, touchscreen controls? Oh, it's definitely Paper Mario Sticker Star. Oh, man. To be fair, I guess Sticker Star's battle wasn't the worst thing. It's just dumb decisions and the fact that it's a Paper Mario game instead of an actual, like, just dedicated game with that mechanics is what made it controversial. Probably make decks in this game too, right? It's interesting, but I don't think I care that much. Slay the Spire. But just make sure you don't expire in the process.
Play your cards. Slay the Spire, climb the tower.
Stop making puns! I've had enough from 11-bit.
Sports action game of the 90s.
The fast-paced sports action game of the 90s! Why'd she say that so out of breath? It's like she wanted to say the fast-paced sports action game of the 90s! But she was like, the fast-paced... Like, she had to whisper. She was quiet. She was, like, recording it, but her mama was sleeping in the next room. She was like, alright, guys, the fast-paced sports action game from the 90s! Yeah! I don't know what it was about that. That's really...
Windjammers.
Windjammers? From the 90s? Hey! Never heard of this game. Oh man, this is radical. Was this a real sport, or is it like a game that was in the 90s? I feel like it's probably a video game based. Ooh, this actually looks really fun, fast paced and fun. I like the art style. Definitely gives me an old 16-bit. Like, this gives me Super Nintendo or Genesis vibes. Like, really gives me those vibes. Like, it looks just like it, as opposed to like most of them where it's in the style or looks better. But it's like that one was like specifically like spot on. I was giving me NBA Jam kind of looks, you know. What's this? Huh? Huh? I don't know what that is. Are they gonna announce Shovel Knight? Is that Master Chief? No, probably not, honestly. Is that an animated cutscene? I don't understand. What are you trying to tell me? Bounce it off the walls? Ooh. Caught it up there. Did the special move. And he just blocked it? Man, what a man. That shit was on fire. Oh, how he activates his super. Windjammers 2, the sequel, is also coming out.
Windjammers 2 is sure to serve up.
Oh, I see.
2019.
So there's one coming now.
With the original Windjammers from October 23rd
Ah, I see. So you start with the first one in the next year.
Hey, dig this.
Wait, did it say January? Hold up.
19.
Oh, just 2019. So yeah, okay. Alright, that makes sense.
Windjammers from October 23rd this year.
Windjammers? Is it really? It's not from the 90s.
Hey, dig this.
It's definitely an indie game, but like, was it based off of a game in the 90s? Or they just oh, Terraria, right? Terraria wasn't on. Terraria wasn't on Switch yet. 2019. Why does it need to? Hold up, y'all could have had this on this game by now.
Rise and shine, mates. Build and
People are still gonna
manage
buy
a
it anyways.
maximum security
Prison
prison
Architect.
Prison Architect Nintendo Switch Edition.
Yes, this is another game that is already out.
BAFTA award-winning
This shit better not.
game Prison Architect puts you in charge.
I know what Prison Architect is. You make a prison, and then you have to take care of the inmates. Make sure they're doing work, have funding, make sure they don't break out, rehabilitate them, all that nonsense. I know! This game's been out for years.
But be careful. People have needs. Treat them
Yes.
poorly and you'll find yourself with a riot on your hands.
Yes.
The game includes a fully fledged story mode that explores the grim and gruesome reality of legal grey areas in the prison system.
Ah.
In-depth sandbox mode.
It's basically like Roller
You can
Coaster
also upload
Tycoon,
the best
or I guess
mode
Zoo
or
Tycoon.
So players across the globe can test drive
Except-
their creations.
It's a prison.
Prison Architect for Nintendo Switch is a premium edition.
But how would
which
you...
includes 2 expansions, All Day and a Night and Psych Ward,
Oh
letting you
lord.
up the challenge with new wardens
Didn't mean to
and
rhyme
guards,
with that,
as well
but
as a
okay.
new security class, the
Oh
criminal
lord is what I
insane.
said, by the way, if that didn't come through.
As something else to look forward to, a new add-on pack based on Prison Architect's wildly popular escape mode will be available on Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah, when you play
In
the
escape
opposite.
mode, you take on the role of an inmate, carry out missions, earn cash, recruit
Right.
new members,
It's like
do
Zoo
whatever it
Tycoon,
takes to
but
dig,
like for
sneak,
real
swim,
people.
or fight your way to freedom.
And nobody's coming in to go
You
see
build a
your
counter
damn...
to
Well, I guess
your
people would be coming in to
down
see,
your
but
road
not
to the
like to
main
buy
event.
concessions. They're just there to be, to see their loved ones who committed horrible
Your
crimes.
prison, your rules.
Ah. Unless you're playing story mode, then it's the government.
Lock 'em up. Prison Architect Nintendo Switch Edition is available to download right now.
Oh, you see? That's how you do it. You don't just... And not just that, by going over... I was actually about to judge them about going over this older-ass game, but the fact that it's available right now is actually a good idea, because that means like they got an understanding for what the game is, and if that interests them, they'll be like, yeah, I'll pick that up. Oh, now? Okay, let's look at it. You know? Like, why is Terraria coming in 2019? It makes no goddamn sense. That game does not look like it's very hard to run. And 2, it could have been on this, like, it's a game that is old as hell. It's almost as old as Minecraft, isn't it? Like, there's no reason why they couldn't have put it. That shit runs on the 3DS. Am I right? If I'm correct, there was a Wii U version and a 3DS version. There's no reason that shouldn't have been a launch title. Much less, or even if it wasn't a launch title, it should have been on the system year 1. Why is it 2019? That's 2 years into it. It doesn't even have a firm release date. It's dumb. It makes no sense. Terraria.
Escape mode will be available to purchase as downloadable
Ah,
content
then
later
you
this summer.
DLC for this stuff, I guess. I see.
Get ready for
Or maybe they just said download. They never said it was DLC. Technically, it might be they're just not ready and they just did this. Morphe's Law, that was from last year's thing.
A unique team-based online
Shooter where your size affects your... Yeah. You have to try and...
We can get to business.
To business.
Meet the Morphings.
Basically, I'm gonna break this down real quick. I know he's about to say the same thing. Basically, think of it like Splatoon, but instead of covering the ground, you're trying to absorb the opponent's mass. So, like, let's say you shoot them in the head. That means your head gets bigger. Basically, if you're the bigger team by the end of the game, you win. If the other team is smaller,
Give us one purpose.
the problem is, of course, when you shoot things. The problem, of course, is when you shoot things, you become bigger, which makes you a bigger target. But it also gives you new abilities.
To grow as big as possible.
Ah.
We shoot
Oh, I see. I guess you can kill the opponents too. You shoot them enough. Yeah, see? And then the bigger idol, the Titan dude in the background, also grows in response to how big or small your team is. And then you blow somebody's head up with a punch. With a jab. Yeah, see? Get different abilities depending on your mass. Okay. And then yeah, sometimes when you're small, you can go to places that you couldn't otherwise get around. And apparently, they have the Wario float. Though I doubt it'd be nearly as effective. Come on, you go big or go home. Otherwise, it's just cheesy. Oh no, you have health on top of that. I see. So you have health on top of your mass. So like you could be full size and somebody could still blow you up. I see. Interesting. Diverse tactics.
Play in games of 4-on-4.
4-on-4, okay.
And up to 8 persons.
8 player, okay. 8 player local multiplayer. I mean, I already knew about this game and thought it was pretty interesting, but I guess they have.
Make your own weapons.
And you have. Ooh.
Customize your morph.
Hey, that's pretty cool. This is the stuff we didn't hear last time.
Gyro aiming control.
And gyro controls, that's always a good thing.
50-ish frames per second.
50-ish frames per second? What does that mean? It's almost 60 frames per second. It's like 59. Close enough. Whatever. We couldn't optimize the game for this, but it's close enough. Wait, what? You get to be the mecha and fire people down? You get to shoot laser beams from the big guy? Jinx, I guess.
Tonight.
Yeah! Oh, that's actually good. By tonight, they mean, well, it's probably out by now, but still. I guess. Oh, no, they did do Eastern Standard. Wait, see, is CES not Eastern Standard Time? It might have been, like, Central Europe Standard Time, maybe? Anyways, it's a different time than now. Anyways, it's probably already now by now, but,
on screen right now will be playable on the show floor at Gamescom 2018.
Okie
If you're
dokie.
there, we hope
And that was the
you'll
last
stop
one,
by
huh?
and give them a whirl. And if you're not there,
Well, it's out today,
look
that's
forward to
good.
seeing them on
Again, I would have been
Nintendo
like,
eShop in the
it would have been
future.
odd if it didn't show up.
We hope you enjoyed this Indie Highlights presentation.
I quite
As
enjoyed
always,
it.
We'll continue to deliver new information on all
But why,
sorts of
I must
independent
ask,
titles coming to
I
Nintendo
must
Switch
ask,
in the
why
future.
exactly has this not been
Stay tuned
done
for
by
more
Nintendo
info
of America?
very soon. Thanks for watching.
Well, anyways, I should bring up some other indies that I'm looking forward to. Obviously, Travis Returns, or Travis Strikes Back, rather, is on the radar. But another one is The Messenger. It's kind of like a Ninja Gaiden-esque game. It's kind of like a retro throwback to Ninja Gaiden, but also has like a 16-bit form, which is actually, Ninja Gaiden pretty much sat out 16-bit. It's kind of, I guess you could compare it more to Shinobi or maybe Strider at that point. But anyways, it looks pretty interesting. I think it's going to be fun. That's pretty funny from what I've seen. Yeah. Why did you play the same intro again? Doesn't make, you know what, never mind. Anyways, that's pretty much all for my stream right now, I should also say. So, yeah. Thank you guys all for watching. Oh shit, somebody else came in here. Problem is I don't keep these up at the same time. Sorry about that. It's just that, it's a force of habit. I should have just kept it up in the corner and then just watched off of this screen. Mom, help! Facts, not tea. Sips the facts, not tea. But don't you realize that sipping tea, the tea is the facts, man? It's a slang for tea. You realize that, right? Exactly. Yeah. Big wheeze. Wheeze. Bet you wouldn't know I was here, right? Yeah, I know. You was right. Should have put money on that, bruh. I'm joking. Interesting. Night call. Okay, that was Fabian from earlier. Okay, I don't think I missed anything from here on. Anyways, thanks everybody for coming out, even if you guys left later on. Even though I hardly ever, you know what, actually, that's not true. I hardly ever do my outro with somebody around, but somebody almost always shows up at the last second. That they just like doing that. I don't know why. Think you'd want to be here at the right time, but nah. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you for coming out for the stream if you haven't been here. For those watching in post, again, thank you as well. Hope you guys have a great day, and yeah, see ya. I don't really have much else to say right now. Wait a minute, hold up. One final check, just so I don't look like a dumbass at the last second. Music, hit me up. It better not have anything here, I swear to God. Why don't I have this book? Okay, yeah. Alright, nothing's here. Good to know. Alright, we're not losing anything. Anyways, yeah. Thank you guys all for coming out. Hope you have a good day. God bless. And that's all I gotta say. Ciao.